Peggy 12.
Round one. Fight. Simple and clean. Showtime, baby. Welcome to Sets. This will be a good fight.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sets. It's not in the 2023 era anymore. We're now in the new year, the 2024 era of the show. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a great holiday period and that you set yourself some New Year's resolutions. Hopefully not one of them is the gym, because I know you people that say I'm going to go to the gym and then on Wednesday you never go to the gym. Make it more reasonable, stay consistent, and hopefully stay healthy and safe. But yes, we're going to be bringing you more GGs and more interviews on the way for this show. And I'm going to be your host once again today, Jammerz. And alongside me, I do have my compadres. Not this guy. They wished you... we're going to be raging into 2024. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this guy is about. But we've got my two co-hosts. I've got a special guy on the show today. We've got Veggey, but then I had to call the boy Rynge. Or matter of fact, he actually called us up. That's what I heard. He actually called us up. But talk to me, Rynge. How you feeling?
Yeah, so I seen that it was 801 Strider and Chris T, and I like both of these guys a lot. These are the two characters I play in Street Fighter 6, so I was like, yo, I hit Mark up. I was like, if y'all need anybody, then let me know. And he was like, actually, Ovaha just told us that he can't make it, and he recommended you. So it was the universe, the stars aligned, and I'm very happy to be here.
Hey, the stars aligned. They did. Yes, Ovaha can't join us tonight because he actually is feeling under the weather, and his throat is basically killing him. So he's probably watching from his home, and hopefully we see a speedy recovery from him. He should be back with us next week. But Veggey, you've been a dad over Christmas. How's Christmas for you?
Christmas was good. You know, it's time of family, family time, at least for me. And I think it's one of those holidays that you get a lot of impressions. You get a lot of like you get to meet with everyone, you know, the old friends, the family, and you get recharged in a way. But at the same time, it leads into the new year in a great way, because you could spend so much time with people from before and family. So it has just been a great little 8 or 9 days time out, kind of. Yeah.
Well, I know, like, you guys know how to take breaks. Some people don't. They say Merry Christmas and Boxing Day, they go back to work. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. Like, I'm gonna come back in the new year, and some people really try to force it on you. But
to be fair, though, I did log on to Street Fighter 6 a few times to play a bit. Just to be fair, but other than that, it was mostly like a family time.
We can still try to enjoy video games to some extent.
Yes.
I did a little bit prior. I literally was not studying the game for about a week, and then when January 1st came around, I just started studying the game again. I was like, oh, okay, that was a nice short break, wasn't it? Having some video game time.
Your New Year's resolution was to get your brain in the gym. You're getting in the Street Fighter 6 gym.
You know, it's just like back to studying.
Okay, never mind, I guess. Doesn't seem like that's the goal at all.
But no, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rynge did talk about it. Veggey mentioned it as well. We advertised it. But yes, for all the fight cards, so the people do know if they are just turning on the channel. This is what our first episode of 2024 is going to be. And boy, are we delivering a banger to you guys. An all-American affair, all on the West Coast as well. Chris Tartarian will be joining us, going with 801 Strider. I believe it is actually his first time ever on the show, as far as I'm aware. So curious to hear his thoughts. You can see that lovely hitbox in the background. So I might have to actually ask him why he made the switch as well. But hey, we actually got these guys in the green room because, as we said before with the show, we've made a couple of changes. So once we introduce the Vice card and then just talk about one or two things, we're going to talk to them almost immediately. So, yes, Veggey. Now, I think, were you part of setting this one up, or did you have no involvement in this one at all? I can't remember.
I had no involvement in this one at all. I am very pleased to see the fruits of the labor that I think it was, I'm not sure exactly who it was, so I'm not going to mention it just in case it's wrong, but I think it was Mark. Yes, it was Mark.
Okay.
So I can say it. It's safe. Yeah, yeah. So I think Mark set it up. Yeah, all Mark.
Well, listen,
nothing,
we give
me,
credit.
yeah.
We give credit where credit is due. So well done, Mark. You did your job for a change. Brilliant. That was absolutely fantastic. You got one lined up. But of course, Rynge, like, again, the stars aligned. He said, yo, I got to be on this one. And literally, me and him were commentating the LCQ qualifier from the Saltmine League thing not too long ago. So it's great to have him and talk some more Street Fighter on this thing. But without further ado, because I actually want to get these guys in the call immediately. So I'm actually going to tell them now so that we can unmute their microphones and then get talking to them, because I do want to get talking to them and talk more Street Fighter. So let's go. So right, let me find out. So we do have Chris is here, and do we have 801 Strider?
Yep.
Hey, perfect. All right, gentlemen. First of all, Happy New Year to the both of you. Hopefully you guys had a nice, good holiday period, well rested coming into 2024. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us on the show. Now, before we get this first to 10 underway, we do want to talk some Street Fighter with this pre-match interview. And the first thing I've got to ask is directed at Chris. I think Chris knows exactly what I'm going to do. So, is I've got to do it, man. I've got to do it. Is Phenom with his lovely propaganda videos on Ken? Is he exposing you guys, or is he doing you guys a huge favor in terms of finding out where Ken ranks in Street Fighter 6?
Yeah, I don't know how it would be a disservice, because he's a Ken player as well, and him and I and Angry Bird, we have a group chat. We talk in, and you know, we've been kind of talking lately about how Ken matches up with the other characters and how matchups are going, etc., etc. So we're always in contact, and you know, I'm actually planned on doing this to like ask the Japanese players what their thoughts are. And the whole time that he's there, he's like, Chris, bro, they're all saying Ken is the top 5. And I'm like, I know, like that's what we've been talking about. So, but the point of that isn't like, you know, I even did a stream on it. You know, I think Ken is still S tier, and but I do think that it's very important to be able to differentiate character strengths based off tool comparison, and it's very difficult to do that over Twitter because of how Twitter is designed and how FGC Twitter is designed. And I feel like it's really important to have conversations like this between very strong players, and I really want to be able to do that. Where I can talk to, you know, some of these really strong players about their thoughts, and you know, Gustavo is on there for sure. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely doing us a service, because I'm tired of seeing all the stupidity.
if that's one way to describe it.
Personally, like, when I think there's so many good characters in this game, and a lot of the top tier characters are relatively close, I think it's such a nuanced discussion at that point that it's very hard for Twitter to be the medium to kind of do that with, you know?
Of course, yeah. I mean, Twitter's never the medium for important discussion, but especially not when it comes to like character discussion, you know?
No, I mean, first of all, most of the FGC Twitter doesn't even play FGC. They don't even play fighting games.
Yeah, for sure.
So right, so let me then ask you this then, Chris. Do you think the FGC might have done this for a little while? Do you think they prioritize popularity over performance? And what I mean by that is, because Ken is in such an abundance that you see him online in tournaments and winning, do you think it's like, okay, because he's so frequent, we have to assume he's just extremely strong? Do you think that's the problem that FGC have made for a long time, or is it just SO6 that they're doing it?
No, I think, you know, I think it's always been a popularity thing, and also a subjective experience with the characters. And because you see a lot more Kens on ranked match, they're definitely not winning, I can promise you that. The only one that's winning is Angry Bird. You could look at the results. I did that on my stream. Just objectively looking at the results, Ken is not winning. And you guys had just mentioned it. in the just a few minutes ago how the week that Gustavo actually won was the TNS or Can opener. There was like 7 other Lukes in there, so a lot of the shift has gone towards Luke. But anyway, I definitely think that it is a popularity thing, and but that's always going to be the case. Ryu, Chun, Ken, you know, these like famous Street Fighter 2 characters are always going to be popular and played the most because that's just what people remember when they're hopping online. And I think it's very subjective experience with them losing and not knowing how to be a better player, so they blame it on the character, and that's just always been FGC like Twitter.
I want to build on that subjective point because I think it's a really good point, because a lot of the people that talk about like, oh, these players are downplaying Ken, like the Ken players are downplaying all that. A lot of the time, the only time they're playing against Ken is when they're getting their rear busted online, right? So like they see themselves getting held to L's, and like Chris said, there's certain things that frustrate them and they don't know how to deal with. While the Ken players, like they have way more of a larger sample size because they're
100%.
constantly playing the character against every matchup. So it's like, bruh, like I understand that you getting your rear busted and you want to hear what I'm saying, but I've played the character in so many more scenarios than you, like, you know, so
yeah,
I definitely think that's a problem.
A very like silly argument is the oh, how many Kens are in Capcom Cup? You know, that I think that's a very silly argument because you have to pay attention to the regions that the Kens are winning in, and some of the regions are, of course, absolutely very, very strong, you know, but there are other regions that aren't, and that's part of the new CPT format, and I think that people are being delusional by making such silly arguments as that, you know?
Interesting.
But could I just add on to that? Why do you think that in the West specifically, like Europe and the US, that people are rating Ken so high in Europe and the United States?
I'm not sure. I mean, I honestly think like it's all like a subjective thing, you know. Like look at Valmaster. Valmaster is the biggest hater of Ken on Twitter, and that not only does Chun-Li beat Ken, but she's also better than Ken, and it's being proven by the likes of Daigo and Moke and players that are, you know, very well known and have a lot of success in their career. And Valmaster is my boy. Like I'm not trying to talk crap about him, you know, like we always troll, like Twitter FGC among top players, like we'll always troll each other, you know, Ministry of Propaganda, all this stuff. Like people don't realize behind the scenes we're actually homies, like we actually talk. So
oh yeah, they only get
like
a snippet of what you guys actually happen, and again with
absolutely
one public tweet, everything just goes out of control. That's
and
why
we know how to milk it too. You know, we do know how to milk the Twitter arguments and the conversations for more engagements, and it's business.
I definitely have understood over the past few months when some people are doing engagement farming and some people are generally being real with their tweets. I've learned to decipher one or two things. Speaking of going back to the popularity thing, Strider, you swapped from Manon to Marisa. First of all, it's a two-part question. Do you think Marisa is a popular character, firstly? And why did you swap from Manon to Marisa?
Marisa, you know, it's shocking to see, like when I saw the popularity chart from Capcom showing how many characters were played on at each rank. It really surprised me to see how popular Marisa was, because I don't see that many. But I do see why. I think she's a very easy character to pick up, and I think at lower levels she's just wrecking havoc. She's not that common at high levels, right? Because I think the character, you know, she is simple to use, but a character that's has such slow movement, slow walk speed, and just, you know, overall just kind of seems a little bulkier. They are going to be a bit more difficult to use at higher levels when your opponents can punish you, you know. But I picked her up because she just, I don't know, man. Like, well, outside of me wanting to drop Manon in general, I thought, you know, when the game launched and I started playing Manon, I was huffing and puffing the copium, man. I really did think Manon was it. I was on it. Bro, I remember when Justin said that Manon's the worst character in the game. He said that like week 1.
Damn.
And I was like, there's no way. I refuse to believe that. But she has a command throw. Look, her buttons are so good. Look. But I didn't really understand the way the game was going to be played. I didn't understand the importance of having a strong drive rush, having, you know, super snowbally offense. I didn't really get this. I just kind of saw her from a Street Fighter 5 perspective, like good buttons, good neutral spacing. Like, you know, she does well when the game gets reset to neutral. But the game evolved to a point where you don't want to play neutral. The more neutral you play, the worse it is. Like, you don't want to be forced to play neutral. You want to land your hit and cash out. You know, that's what the top tiers are doing. If they hit you once, they put you in a terrible situation. Manon was getting a medal, and then we're back in neutral, you know? So it's rough for her.
I can see that because maybe they were a bit too afraid of giving her Oki after she earned the medal. As she gets stronger, it's like, okay, do we then add on top and double down and really give her the Oki, and then level 5 command grab, guess between combo and 37% command grab is can be a bit crazy. So I can see that. My next question to you, because this might be a more subjective one. In your opinion, what do you think Marisa's biggest weakness is, if there is one you can pinpoint?
Probably wouldn't want him to answer that right now.
Well, I mean, she has a few. Like, her lows aren't very threatening. You know, in a game dominated by, you know, crouching medium kick, drive rush into corner, she doesn't get much from that. She also doesn't have side switch combos, so if she lands a hit while she's cornered, she can't really get an easy corner switch. Those are two of the big ones, and no drive rush combos from her jabs also hurts. But outside of that, like, her toolkit, it compensates for everything else. People say that Marisa's anti-air is bad. I think her anti-air is actually really good. If you compare her anti-air to other characters like, you know, Rashid, or even DJ without a down charge, like, her anti-air is actually good. I think it's just Marisa players have terrible anti-airs. I don't think that's due to the character.
Okay. Well, listen, sometimes in this day and age, holding yourself accountable is pretty hard for a lot of people these days. So I like that you like to point the finger and say, look, maybe your anti-airs are just bad. Not the character. It might just be you. Because remember, fighting games are all about spacing. If you've got bad spacing, nothing else is going to work. I can assure you of that part. Now, another question I wanted to ask you, Strider, before we go back to Chris, is I've seen you do a lot more YouTube content recently. What brought this about? Was it because you had more time to play the game and wanted to share the knowledge, or have you been doing content for a little while?
I wanted to do it for a bit, but I was just never really too invested in the game. Like, for Street Fighter 5, like, I enjoyed it. I streamed for, you know, once in a while for Street Fighter 5, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole process, but I wasn't really enjoying the game too much.
Okay.
This is different because I'm actually really having a great time playing Street Fighter 6. As stressful as it is, you know, on my stream I get salty and just stressed, and God, I just want to pull out my hair. But it's still fun. It's still rewarding. I'm enjoying it. So I think that really does help, is the fact that the process itself it's fun for me.
Okay.
I have one question for Strider before we move on, if
Go for
you
it.
don't mind. So we see a lot more players now spending their super meter to do combos damage early, and then saving the drive gauge to really snowball. As you mentioned, Strider is very popular in the game right now. What do you think about that from a Marisa perspective? Because I could be very wrong about this, but it feels like her supers, level 1 and 2, they're not the best combo tools, but does her damage without them make up for it? Or do you find yourself with like less drive meter than you would like, or compared to players on other characters?
I think that is a very intricate part of her game, is really how you use your drive bar and your super. Because her level 1 is almost purely for combos or to avoid checkmate situations. It's case by case, honestly. Her level 2 is a great wake up tool because it's fast. You can't meaty jab it. It's a great reversal overall. It has good range too, so it'll clip a lot of fireballs mid range. So there's definitely situations. It all depends, because I really don't think she needs her super to win. That's the thing about her. The damage she gets without super is still egregious. If she touches you, just spent minimal bar, she's almost hitting 4K. You know, and she gets corner carry, then she starts, you know, bullying your drive gauge. I think her super is more for utility or to just straight up close rounds.
Yeah.
Like her level 3, the fact that I think it's one of the best comeback supers in the game, because you always get corner from it.
Yeah.
So there's so many situations where you're just, getting beat up in the corner, and you make a correct guess. You check with a jab, or you just straight up do level 3. You can come back at that point. You just depleted their drive gauge. You have them in the corner. Like it's has such a powerful position. So I think it's case by case, but with her supers, I think it's mostly again end the round or just put yourself in that position where you can react to certain fireballs or put yourself in one button touch equals death scenarios.
Yeah, and she's doing the damage that you don't really sweat it otherwise. All right, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not really truly relying on that super.
Yeah.
It's when I have it, that round becomes infinitely easier though.
Okay, no, that's actually a very good way of looking at it. So I definitely need to note that one down, and when I'm watching Rodies in the future, I'll definitely keep that. I'll go for it.
I would just like to. I feel like there's two styles of Marisa right now. One is like really preemptive with his back heavy kick and buffering with crouch medium punch. Do you think Marisa is more effective as a reactional character or a preemptive character, or do you need to mix it up?
You have to do both. You have to be good with both. You can't play purely reactionary. Because you can't. I mean, first of all, that's just in Street Fighter 6. You cannot play purely reactionary in Street Fighter 6. You will not react to everything. You're just going to get ran over. If your opponent understands what you're trying to react to, they're going to abuse that. So you can't. It has to be a bit of both. You have to be pushing the issue and forcing mistakes from your opponent so that you can react to them. You want to force these options. You want to force that jump. You want to force that button. You want to force that reverse. You want to force something. You want to force that drive rush. You want to apply enough pressure in neutral to force that out of them and be prepared. Like have that option anticipated so you can punish it and get rewarded.
Okay, no, I like that. It's finding that it's like you said, it's a very stressful process, but I think a lot of people like to go through it, so then when they've mastered it, it'll come out on the other side. Because me and Rynge said this months before the game came out. We looked at the game and we said, this is going to be incredibly frustrating to learn at the start. Like, this is going to look difficult. And it's good that a few of you have actually made it through, and looks much more entertaining to watch. So it's good to understand the perspective, and it makes things a bit more reassuring for people still trying to get better at the game, of course. Now, going back to Chris. Now, I want to hear your opinion on this. We've seen Phenom do videos, but Chris, what's your top 5 characters in the game? Is it pretty much similar, or is there a surprise character you're going to put in the top 5?
No, I feel like it's pretty similar to what Daigo had listed.
List them for me, just for argument's sake.
But I mean, I think JP is the strongest character. I think it's followed with Luke, and then Chun-Li, DJ, and then I'm gonna put like either Cammy or Guile in there.
Interesting.
So I would probably put Cammy in there because I feel like Guile is a much harder character to play than Cammy. Cammy's a lot easier to play than Guile. Like, you really need to be an extremely good Guile player for him to be in that top 5.
Do you think people, like similar to Chun-Li, do you still think the vast majority of the competitive community are sleeping on Guile, or is it like something that's like, no, he'll just get better over time?
I think the competitive community actually knows how strong Guile is, because you ask Strider what it's like to play against NuckleDu in these tournaments, and he would tell you that it's not very fun. Or anyone else to play against Du, or in Japan, Higuchi's always doing really good as well. So I think the competitive scene knows how strong Guile is. I think it's just a matter of how Gustavo mentioned earlier, the meta evolved in Street Fighter 6, and now we're seeing the real potential of these characters, because we all have a much better understanding of what to abuse and what to look out for, things to be aware of. So the meta is going to continue to evolve. I mean, this is an amazing thing, actually, because we are how many months into the game are we? 5 months, 6 months?
6 coming on 7, something like that, yeah?
Yeah, and the meta has just continuously evolved. Whereas I feel like in Street Fighter 5, I felt like I understood the game in the beta. Like, it didn't get much deeper, but now we're in Street Fighter 6, and this game just has so much to provide and so much expression of yourself that the meta continues to develop. So I really love the way that the meta was developing, except for DJ. Hate that character.
He is the anti-meta. That's why.
Thank you very much for throwing that quick jab in there. That was brilliant. Strider, what about you? What's your top 5 in Street Fighter 6 right now? Is it similar to Chris's, or is there something different about your top 5?
My top 5, man, honestly, there's like 8 characters that can be in top 5. That's the thing. It shows you how well the balance is. Like, listen to this discourse. Listen to how like everybody has different opinions. Even Shuto, like when he was asked, he said Jury was the best character. Like, he just threw that shit out there. Like, it's... Oh, my bad.
It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine.
It's all good.
It's, you know, it just goes to show how balanced the game is. I mean, as long as you're playing one of these characters, right? Like, well, obviously, if you're a Manon or a Zangief main, the game might not seem as balanced for you. But for the rest of the players... the game is balanced. That's for me. It doesn't matter who's top 5, who's top 3. It doesn't matter. Like, I think it's so subjective that it just goes to show like any one of those characters can be the best. Any one of them at any given point. Like that's how close they all are. So they're really this discourse that the internet loves to have. I think in this game it's kind of pointless because it's one of 7 or 8 characters at any given point. Yeah, it's gonna vary. Okay, who does good this week? Who does good this week? It's gonna be Luke, and then Ken's gonna win something, and then DJ, and then JP. That's just how it is. I think the game is just very balanced.
So
I think riding off of that real quick, just wanted to add on, because this game is the best balanced Street Fighter vanilla. I think that. Someone had told me that Capcom is aiming towards buffing characters more than nerfing characters, and I think that is the best way to go about this. No, let me make my point. I think the reason why Street Fighter 6 is very, very fun and why there's a wide variety of characters in that S tier is because of how broken all of these characters are, and it makes the game fun. The more broken your character is, the more fun you have with the character because you have more tools. That's just data right there. If you have more tools, you can abuse more things, which allows for more expression of more of that character. Whereas if you don't have a character that has much, then it becomes kind of boring to play that character, such as a Manon or a Lily or a Honda. These characters are boring because they don't have extremely strong tools. So I think it would be a disservice to the game if the next season you just see like a C tier list come out of nowhere and a D tier list. The most important thing that we've seen is there is an S, A, and one character in B, and that's Zangief, and I don't even know if he belongs in there. But it's S and A. You want the game to have S and A tiers because it allows for more fun to be in the game. That's just my stance on it.
Okay, interesting. Right, before we cut to a break, I've got to ask this one last question. So then I'll get Strider's opinion on this first. What's your opinion on Dalsim? Do you think he'll get better over time, or will he get stagnant?
The thing is, it's Dalsim. If you look at him in the bubble, he's very good, right? He controls neutral. He's got some dumb stuff, right? His air EX fireball is really strong. Yep. He's got a lot of tools in a bubble. The thing is, the character is so susceptible to RNG. And RNG is almost never in his favor. I think he could either be top 3 or bottom 3 at any given day. It's one of those characters that it requires the pilot to be so on point. Yeah. And it's both. I think he's really good, and I also think he's really bad. If that makes any sense.
Okay, no. Okay, let me ask you this then. Let me word this differently. If they removed parry and drive impact, would you rate Dalsim incredibly high?
100%. What?
I don't think good Dalsims aren't super susceptible to these things. I mean, I'm talking about it from a Marisa perspective. I think Marisa has such it's tough for Dalsim. He's got to look out for so many things, and I just got to press buttons, So I think Drive Rush in general is a mechanic that it just hurts Dalsim really bad. Buffered buttons into Drive Rush, you just catch one of his limbs, you're in his face. He has no defense. Obviously he can, do the parry or try to, jump up, float, or drill to catch. He has those. He does have some options, but nothing that's like super threatening. It's
Interesting.
Once you get on top of him, you stay on top of him. His level 2, you can crouch under it.
Oh yeah.
He has to reversal with a level 3 if he really wants to get you off of him. And when you have to do that, like that's what Geef has to do, man. And ask Geef players how well that works out.
Don't worry, I ask him every week and I don't get a straight answer. Then Chris, let me quickly get your opinion on it. Do you think Dalsum will get better with time, or do you think he'll go stagnant?
For some reason, Dalsum always seems to get better over time, or at least that's what happened in Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
And as Capcom continues to balance the game, they tend to balance things in a better direction. We saw that with Street Fighter V. We saw that with Street Fighter 4 as well, except for 2012. But I think that the game will eventually slow down a bit more with the drive rushes, which ultimately makes Dalsum better. The more calm the game is, Dalsum increases on the tier list, and we don't ever want that. So Dalsum needs to stay on the bottom.
Only time will tell in that regard. But yes, I could keep talking to these guys all day. But we are going to take a short break. When we come back, I'm going to get Chris T and 801 Stride in this lobby for this first to 10 that you're all waiting for. So go grab a snack, go grab some drinks, and come back, and we'll get these guys in the first to 10. See you shortly.
Showtime, baby!
Right now!
Everyone who's got a ticket for this category carpet is getting a show!
Right
Final
now!
game, final round! You couldn't write a better story! Get into the ring!
God, I'm low, guard my soul. All of my thoughts be dark like coal. Up to the party, y'all don't want smoke. Energize the body, raise up the arm.
Right now!
I'll take on all of you!
Right now! Finish goals, I win it all. Right now!
It's straight on!
Finish goals, I win it all. Show me your strength!
Feet on the ground, look around.
His corner pressure is where he walk up through
No more games.
Time to get serious!
Time is
That
now.
RD taking it down convincingly against the biggest threat thus far.
I used to be world at my command.
Right
You
now!
want the grace? You get the grace!
Right now! Finish goals,
I'm here, sit down, show me the replay! Sit down and shut up!
finish goals, I win it all.
Wait a minute. Turn it up. I'm on fire, it's like creative physics. It's like I was born on the outer. Close my eyes, all I see is digits. This how I feel when you get to the commas.
That felt good, didn't it?
You know, emoji go in the distance!
Right now!
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this.
Wrap this up!
Right now!
Meaningless effort!
All day.
soldiers. No, you couldn't handle this. Everyone who battled me, they falling like an avalanche. Got them falling back to back. Take them all just hand in hand. Y'all going home, so better pack your bags. I'm a heavy hitter, come take a sip of this potion. It float like a butterfly, I'm floating like the ocean. Battle cries of music to my ears, I'm the composer. Y'all can never hurt me, got you wilting like the roses.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sets, of course, here at Capcom Fighters, myself and Veggey. And Jammerz is somewhere, I'm sure. We have to pry him away from the manga, but he'll be here to call some Street Fighter, I know it. And it's going to be an exciting one, Veggey. How are you looking forward to the Strider versus Chris T matchup?
You know, I'm really excited for this match because, you know, the legacy these players have. They have great high-level play. They play in a neutral-oriented style, so it's always very interesting to watch how their interactions evolve as they play. So I think that this is going to be like the prime example of reactional Marisa versus Ken, but I haven't actually seen them play before, so I can't be sure that that's how the match will turn out. I don't know if you might have some more like in-depth knowledge about how these two play.
The last time I saw them play a long set against each other, it was a while ago, like a month or two. So obviously they've evolved since then. But I am in agreement with you where it's like both of these guys are methodical. They don't really like making the first move that often. They'll kind of like test the waters more than anything else to see how their opponent reacts. So I'm very interested to see who is the aggressor and who kind of tries to set the tone early. Because I'm with you on them being reactionary, slow-based players.
Oh yeah, and I'm really happy that we get to see that new costume from Marisa. I think that costume is one of the greatest costumes ever made in Street Fighter. The way the hair is like a helmet and all that stuff.
Yes.
So good, yeah.
Her level 3 in this costume is bananas. What's up, Jammerz?
Did I miss the memo? Is it time to paint the town red?
You know this, you know what I'm saying? I know you like your Doja Cat, Jammerz. She's a weeb too. She's a weeb too. You can't lie.
I heard Megan Thee Stallion is as well, you know.
Oh, big time. But this is more of the Game of Thrones vibes, the red wedding, the blood red dress. Yeah. See if it's Ken's blood at the end of the day.
All right, let's see how this goes. So yeah, I'm torn between two minds about this matchup. So I'm going to ask him about this when we finish, because Big Bird was actually practicing with a lot of Ken players on his stream today while he's in Japan. And I know Problem has said, I don't think this is in Marisa's favor. Some people say it's even. I'm really not sure, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one of the things that like can kind of catch Marisa's eye is that her Gladius. Oh no! I mean, well, Chris is dead this round. But Gladius being susceptible to lows and Ken having such or Ken players, I should say, being so happy to press that crouch medium kick and could blow her up a couple of times. And yeah, I think he just has great whiff punishes on Gladius or Superman Punch if you manage to make her whiff those. So I can definitely see the strengths of Ken in this matchup.
Okay, gets that throw there, and that's another thing as well, because Marisa's defensive options are susceptible to throws, the parry and the Scootum stance as well. He can't rely on that. He's trying to the corner here, and Gustavo did mention, he said, Marisa hasn't got side-switching combos. I mean, that's because she could take you halfway across the screen, so...
exactly.
Yeah,
and I mean, Chris is one combo away from death, dude. Like, he's got CA, like, it burnt out as well. This is very much a Strider's favor, even with the deficit on health.
That was a really good decision though, putting into the burnout with the forced true block string with the heavy kick into the Gladius.
He
blocked,
bait out. The like one,
classic Strider move.
See, and you know what's interesting, right? So there are actually a couple of scenarios in the game, or there's tons of scenarios where you can actually drive rush towards them, and during the animation, when the screen freezes, you just hold down back in the animation. Because you haven't committed to anything, and probably when you press the button, the super's already come out. So it's relatively easy to defend against it.
I can't remember if it's Big Bird or Strider, but I see one of them do that all the time. Like, they get the knockdown and they drive rush, and then they have like a timing for their crouch medium punch that, like, if the super freeze is there, they just block, and then if it's not there, they press the button, and then they can go about their day.
And it works exceptionally well for Marisa, Rynge, because like she drive rushes after almost every knockdown, even throws.
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost guaranteed to work for this character.
But I think with that though, that if the opponent is aware that you're using a timing that will block the super and not block
for sure,
they just block. They should be able to wake up button to interrupt it as you
absolutely
have it. Yeah. So there is some mind game to it, but I think Marisa's offense is just so often based around drive rush being safe. If she holds that they just bait it as like a normal option.
That's what's so cool about this game is like you heard how Chris T mentioned how it's constantly evolving. The meta just feels like it's constantly evolving. And like you said right there, right? There's an answer to that timing. Like it feels like there's an answer to everything. Nothing is an end-all be-all, which is fantastic for a fighting game.
All right, there we go. Unfortunate there for that DP with Chris T. It takes us to a final round in this game too. Owen Strider. One game up. I have the pleasure of watching his stream a couple of times. I do see some of the TNSs because they do go on for a bit late, so I'm pretty much halfway, or basically asleep when these things are happening. But what I do see is he's having a whale of a time, and that might hit. No, because it has got relatively slow starter, and he didn't get to the corner. And there you have it. This is going to be a level 3 for his troubles. Take him there and give Chris the advantage in drive gauge. What's he going to do, drive rush or just leave it? Drive rush in.
Yeah, he's got so much drive gauge, why wouldn't you at this point, right? Oh no, maybe a little bit too soon. Ran into the fully charged Gladius on the medium kick attempt.
And it looked so hopeless until that fully charged Gladius hit, and then it was just suddenly more even on live with a crouching medium kick from Ken, the staple starter and sometimes finisher.
Well,
just make sure that Christy can close out the second game. This is different from last time Christy was on the show when he had like a 10-0 scoring, so we're definitely in for a different kind of ride this time.
This is interesting, right? I like that last little sequence there because Rynge literally brought that up at the start. He literally just goes, okay, Gladius, you try Gladius, I'm a low forward. And if you're charging the Gladius, it makes it even easier for the low to connect, right? And the thing is, I think a lot of the reason why people hold Ken in high regard is pretty much anything he can do, he can convert and put you in the corner immediately. Not everyone can do that. Remember, Run Tatsu is probably the best screen carry move in the game. They just don't have to articulate that part.
And you heard Strider, right? He's like, this is a game that's kind of dominated by low forward drive rush. He's like, the characters that don't have it, they have to work in some different ways. And Maurice is one of those characters. DJ is one of those characters, right? But they have these cool anti-meta tools that like actually win in scenarios that you find yourself in a lot. So I really like that both of those characters are still really good. Like Strider said, he's like, I got like 8 characters in my top 5. What's crazy is I do too, and then not in that top 8 is Mariza, Rashid, and Dawson, who have all won major tournaments, right?
Well, so it's
like,
you go.
you know, it's wild to see this.
Oh no! All right, Fireball's his way in. He's not going to be baited into doing a phalanx just yet. He does have to. Oh, okay. Well, he did one there. I wasn't thinking he was going to do it so soon, but he did. So.
I'm interested to see if we'll see one of those random, or not random, but like instead of doing the light Superman punch, just doing the EX1 in anticipation of the drive impact, just to blow it off and set that mind game properly. I wonder if that will be a thing.
Well, I think Chris is aware of it, and he did say, or Air1 Strider did say, it's like, look, if you identify what your opponent's trying to react to, they'll abuse that and do something else. Or there's 7 other different options. Really throw you off guard. It's a Gladius on hit.
Do you know if you can interrupt between that stand heavy punch target combo?
I'm not sure about the stand heavy punch. I know that the stand light punch string has a parry opportunity there. I'm going to take a wild guess and say you can do it the heavy one unless there's too much blocks on the fierce. So I'd have to double check.
Yeah, maybe not after the drivers, because I see that a lot. Oh, it should be.
Chris,
and also into level 1, saving the super bar. Really good stuff.
That was sick. Yeah.
Level.
You see Chris like. Yeah. I was just going to say that. You saw the crouch medium kick solo because he had no drive rush or anything like that, right? Chris is not a two-piecer a lot of the time with Ken. Like Daigo, I've been watching Daigo at the Fav Gaming Cup. Dude, every crouch medium kick is a Jinrai after. Like, it's funny to see the differences.
All right, there you go. Going to get it here. Throw Loop City here. And that was a meaty stand fierce. And I'm not sure what that stand light kick was, but it actually put everyone straight in the bad spot here. Let's see if he can worm his way out. Throw tech.
And I wonder if that delayed throw that beat the backdash was actually to stay safe from the level 3, but it worked out either way. So many options, capture many things. Great with punish with the stand heavy kick back into the corner.
Oh, and yeah, he's gonna build level 3 now.
And this was one of my biggest concerns about this matchup, right? Because some of your strongest neutral tools lose to a low, and Ken converts, push you in the corner. One of the biggest things I always say about fighting Ken is how do you get out? And Rynge is very limited. You get punished. I remember PR Borok said it in a tweet the other day. He said, look, most of the time, rounds are ended via supers or you're in the corner. Predominantly, you're in the corner when the round's over. So, never a good spot to be in.
And I do think that's why it's kind of hard to say that Ken is not in the top 5, even though I don't have any.
That's everybody else's objective argument.
Yeah, because there is so much corner with that looping pressure, but I can understand the situation from other players. Or the viewpoint, I mean.
Here we go.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, corner is so potent in this game.
That was such a good meaty with a heavy punch after the 2 throws.
Oh, that's dead.
Oh, that's dead.
There you go. Whenever your health bar is in the yellow and that command grab
Yes.
lands, you're basically done. So
Unless you're Honda, Marisa, or Geef, as you mentioned last time, Jammerz. Yeah. It's like you see
that's it. He was looking for that last round. He was just a couple of frames late.
Here we go.
We have seen the backdash and the punish counter on Ken's throw very early.
Now the
with the
two
Jin
pieces
rise.
coming. Oh no, he committed. Nice exposure from Strider right there, but drops into a reset eye.
Nice anti-air there.
And I think drop the safe jump, the conversion from that combo, counter it not into the stand medium punch this time. That's such a dangerous place to crouch on because you know Ken with that great startup.
Level 1.
That is it 7 frames with Ken's crouching medium kick?
Yes, 7 frame one.
So that was such a
Part of the 7 frame club.
We did see earlier when Strider was
There's a
putting
few
that-
of them. There's a few of them.
We did see earlier when Strider was put in that range of the crouching medium kick, he would just go in with the crouching light kick instead.
Dude, your life bar got backspace. They said it was a mistake. They said, hold on, I made a mistake. Backspace, hold the button. Oh my word, it's gone.
That joint got shift all deleted. It got permanent deleted, bro. No recycle bin for your life bar.
No, that was funny.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, that's wild. Oh, what a parry there from Chris. He could turn this around.
Exactly. Chris had to parry right. Drive impact back would have got him killed, but finds the feed anyway.
Dude, that stand medium kick from Reese is actually pretty good. It's got 4 active frames. I've seen it using a couple of meaty scenarios, and then when you connect it on drive rush or even a meaty, you get I think you get the Magna bunker behind it. Like, I think that's a decent poking tool. Like, seriously.
Definitely. Yeah, you mainly just see it used like off of drive rushes and whatnot, but definitely you can use it in the neutral, in round closing scenarios especially.
And see, the other thing I think why Marisa has a fighting chance in this is because, like, she can force mistakes from all of her opponents, and if Ken DPs, like we said before, Rynge, we commented in the CPT, you don't do double the damage against reverse anymore, you do triple the damage. So,
yeah,
like, Ken can't really just, like, DP arbitrarily and wake up all the time. It's a mind game, but not against someone like her.
Chris, nice jab sequence right there. Caught Strider trying to take his turn between the second and third light. Oh, and then again, just harassing crouch medium kick and Jin rise.
Nice jab there from A1 Strider. There's a command grab. Is he going to do another one? Is he going to delay the roundhouse? He's going to delay the roundhouse.
Oh no,
that was sick from Chris.
but he didn't convert.
Yeah! Oh, you know what? That was sick that Chris never pressed the button, because he pressed the button, that crouch is going to connect.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done. I think he's done.
Yeah. Super good chip.
Oh,
man. Some real good stuff happened in that round too.
Yeah, and I think
like like Strider actually getting the challenge after he had gotten punished for trying to challenge the light sequence before. He just stayed stubborn about it. Chris thought he would switch it up. I like that a lot.
Okay, good block there. Didn't want to do jump back jab. I remember someone did mention, and a meteorite will connect. That's going to do like nearly 3,000 damage there.
Noise.
I remember someone did mention it's like, since Marisa's anti-air game in terms of dealing with cross-ups is not really good, you have to get your reactions on jump back jabs pretty much on point. I haven't really seen that from Strider just yet. He's accepting the blocking.
Oh my. The bars of drive gauge was getting deleted.
Dude, these characters, in like, especially Marisa, I think she's one of the best at like basically stealing your drive gauge.
Oh, yeah.
With the heavies and everything. I've been looking into it recently. I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's still out.
Oh, she shows up with the Pooh Shiesty, full face cover. Give me your drive gauge. Like, no joke. Ooh, both burnt out at this point, though.
Chris has got a level 3.
Chris has CA. Yeah, that's a lot of chip, bro. Oh, he doesn't need it to chip now, though. Just go straight into it. Off of the Jin Rai. CA. Oh,
no
Marisa health.
That's not it.
Marisa health.
I was so sure that was going to
victory's not yours.
And I was so close.
He needed the first part of that to connect to get the cinematic. Yeah. The second part, it used to catch people in the first couple of weeks of the game because you didn't know there was a second part.
Yeah, you try to punish the flying and you get hit on the way down. Seen that quite a few times. Not today though. Probably.
We try to let that drive rusher rock a little longer, blow up Strider's fuzzy timing. That was a good D.
Try to bait something there, not quite, and I see it. Chris held the parry and then drive rush immediately. You can change the time of that at any given point. That throws off any player.
Oh!
I think he tried
saw
to
like the buffer, and then all of a sudden he just did stand fierce. Like, whoa! Oh! Violent.
30% of Gladius taken away.
Yeah, I wonder if he was trying to throw the Gladius, just didn't put it too early because there's no like, you don't slide with the throw. You only slide forward with the buttons, so it can be harder to time the throw or the punish.
Throw's like one of the things that people use to stop their momentum, right?
Exactly. It almost seemed like it happened too soon. Nice baiting with the jab.
Nice
That's
punish.
not safe. Yeah.
The triple kicks. And that's going to be the round.
He just takes the plus frames this time. Yeah, he's got level 2 and he gonna spend it.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Of course. Be efficient with it. Take the round there. And then get the advantage here. Chris is trying to slowly get a nice buffer here in this first to 10. Nice load with the check.
It feels like Strider's forced to be the aggressor in the matchup. Kind of Chris T just walking back, letting him come to him. And when Chris is in the zone, it is very hard to just get in on him with a character like Strider said, that's kind of slow, relies on the opponent slipping up from time to time, or maybe just a good Superman punch.
Well, I mean, nice interruption there to stop the Gladius from taking away some drive gauge there, but he actually spent 2 bars on his own volition to get some damage, because reversals are basically dry reversals that hit you. So, nice back throw. But yeah, maybe he has to do more like Gladius up front if he gets the opportunity here, but he's not going to get it this game because he's going to be finished with the level 2 super up. And that'll be 4-2 here to Chris.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe some raw stand fierces in the neutral a little more, maybe charge him up a little bit at this range, because Chris is doing such a good job kind of getting into that crouch medium kick range, try to hit him on his way in, something like that.
And I do think it's more dangerous to be preemptive for Marisa against Ken in particular, because the stand heavy kick has such a good property for whiff punishing the body hurt box of the opponent. And then you also have to kind of wait for the jump in, which is so strong, so you can't late ante, you have to be ready for it. So maybe that's why it feels like he needs to wait more, but when he gets ready though, he gets the reaction with punish into the corner, let's go.
Well, dude, gets the safe jump there, jump back jab, good reactions there from Stride. He tried to charge up the forward roundhouse there, but the sweep got to him, beat him to the punch.
Man, Chris's sweeps have been so on point. When he's seeing like a Gladius or like that back knee come out, he just sweeps it.
And that will kind of encourage Strider to change his timing if he feels the need to do that. But because Chris is switching up his low attacks, he doesn't know which one to deal with.
The throw, how's Chris gonna play this? Double up on it, or he's gonna keep going?
Oh, he thought a backdash was coming. I think that's why that jump came out. Or maybe to avoid the level 2.
Strider keeps trying to challenge on the light strings and he just keeps getting hit. Chris has kept it nice and tight, not trying for a tick throw, not trying for a medium after, just straight lights.
Dude, seriously, I think Cammy and Ken have probably the best light strings in this game. And they are
definitely
so
up there for
frustrating.
sure.
They're so frustrating to deal with when you think you can challenge but you can't. Nice trade.
Yeah, that's not bad for Chris. It's not bad for Strider either. But Strider doesn't make his way back in and he finds a crouch medium punch. That's a good normal for Ken's and they're starting to use it more and more.
Delay jab there from Strider, and I think he's losing it. Yeah, that's going to be 5-2. That will be the game here, and a 3-game buffer in this first to 10 here for Chris T. And again, as this set elongates and prolongs itself, you start to see some of the problems that Marisa faces.
It looks kind of hard to be in control at all times because Ken is so explosive, and I feel like Marisa is such a control character. I wonder how the back heavy kick would interact in this matchup, but I'm sure they're.
What, the one where she like spins around, the one where she swings, that's just stand heavy kick.
Exactly. Oh, that's stand heavy kick, and his forward heavy kick is the other one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's forward heavy kick, the one in the Gladius.
Yeah.
And you have to remember as well, whenever Strider thinks he can get started, the Shoryuken comes out. And when he thinks he can make the comeback, he's already trapped in the corner. So he's already in a not too good spot, a detrimental spot. Here comes the fireball trap.
And Chris saved his drive gauge with that too.
Yeah, he did.
And he's really weird that after that target combo, he has to commit right.
Oh, there's a frame trap. Is that going to be the runs? Yeah, that will be it. Oh, I keep forgetting she can combo into that from the wall splat. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And that changes the scenario because if you did leave, or sorry, if she did live, it's a hard knockdown scenario instead of a back roll, so it doesn't matter in the corner anymore.
Chris, what a read right there, just jumping in on the Gladius. Huge reward already. Another fierce.
Oh, my man slumped him in his jawline with that knee, bro. What? Shake the corner. Gonna replenish as much drive gauge as possible. He might do a drive rush bait with the jab, or he might go in. I can see drive rush.
I think he's gonna drive rush and then just hold block.
Oh,
yeah, that's usually what I see right there. They do that for the timing of the crouch medium punch.
And that was that timing that will probably work against the super as well.
Saved his
very nice reaction for Chris T.
Yeah, prevented the burnout there, did Chris. He can still win this actually. Slowly chip at him and then he's going to surprise him. Probably the drive rush cancel. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It was coming. It's like, okay, you just have to wait. Because remember, there's the extra scaling on a low forward and Marisa's got a slightly bit more health. So it's like, you got to chip him down a little bit and then surprise him.
Yeah, I think Strider, it's hard, but I think he's going to have to try to really whiff punish this crouch medium kick.
He done it once.
Yeah, and with her movement speed being slow, it's hard to walk in and out of that range without actually like having to deal with it. So it's tough for sure.
Well, he did discuss as well that the Moriza has slow walk speed, so it doesn't help. Ken can literally walk into the range where she thinks she's not going to get clipped, and she does.
All right, here we go. Just piling on the offense, man. Another level 3 is going to be the drive gauge advantage as well. He has plenty to finish this round.
Yeah, by using that level 3, he switched around the egg timer. Now the drive gauge advantage is in his favor. Nice jump back jab. He's got to get a wall smash or something.
Oh, never mind.
Definitely not going to be cornered when that burnout comes.
Oh, this is good. No, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
This is.
Nice air to air.
He needs to milk this burnout for as much as he can milk it before stunning.
No, this is good.
He does it now.
This is good.
He might have to.
He can build to level 3 or no?
Yeah, he should be able to.
Maybe?
Yeah, he'll get level 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead. Yeah, you're actually dead.
It should be finished.
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead for sure.
And ladies and gentlemen, being optimal in this game is probably more vital than in previous Street Fighters, only because of the meter awareness and drive rush cancel helping you with that. I'm gonna have to look into this later down the line, but I need to see how much meter certain moves are building in combos and see where the real meter is being built. I know with Chun-Li it says stomps in one of her combos. I think with Ken it's stand face, because there are specific moves that build you a chunk of meter, especially when you do a drive rush cancel from Muso.
Oh no!
Oh, does that combo?
That's the punish. Yeah, that's great.
It was off crouch medium punch. I'll check.
Oh, he wouldn't have done it if it didn't combo, so he must have got the timing wrong. Oh, he tried to bait the Shoryuken, but he's not doing it here, Chris.
I'm glad you give these players the benefit of the doubt, Jammerz.
You got to look at it from different angles. Lovely option select there, the Shoryuken, and is he gonna? Nope, because it loses the throws.
Yeah.
We spoke about this.
And now it's such a dangerous situation, and there's that low, just in range for the Gladius.
It was off punish counter crouch medium kick, right?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the sweep conversion or something else?
Yeah, I'm talking about the sweep conversion.
Oh, he done crouch medium punch punish counter, and then he went for sweep.
Oh, crouch medium push punish counter. Let's see. Yeah, that should work.
Okay. See, I love how Chris is able to harass Moriza in that range of crouch medium kicking closer. It just looks so torrid for her, seriously.
It does, like, yeah, and I want him to try to like walk out of it and get that stand heavy punch whiff punish. He did it once. It's just so difficult. Way easier said than done.
Of course, whiff
there it is, though. That's what I'm talking about.
I think he's gonna spend.
Good looking out, Strider.
Safe jump. Oh, he didn't believe. He didn't think he was gonna get hit by it.
Beautiful.
That looked too beautiful, though. Crouch mini kick, slight delay into the Superman punch.
I'm just glad I got to do my Jammerz impression.
Oh, nice blocking. The delay jab after that reverse there.
Ooh, you see, he punished the fireball with that too. Wow.
It's the strength of the claw. Nice, I like it. So neutral jump. The next one, so ready to just drive rush. Doesn't get the full conversion though.
Gotta give him
still a great situation.
Gotta give him credit for the improvisation there. Wouldn't have thought about that. All right, gonna change the tides in terms of the drive gauge here and recover as much as possible and put Strider in the danger zone here. Stand fist into stand fist drive rush cancel could work. No, but he's gonna jab it first. Ah, that's even better actually, and that's even safer. Oh, he's burnt out. No, actually, no. Spec left. Oh, Spec drive left.
Yeah, should have.
But he's got no meter, so Strider can drive. Oh, he can't drive rush.
Chris has the DP or he's lost. Oh,
yeah, it could be the meter. Oh, he just doesn't.
He tried to insta parry. That's Gabe. Yeah, Strider, nice job. This set could have got away from him, but the back-to-back wins, we close now.
Yeah, there you go. And there's that victory pose you all know and love. 5-4 here right now, and again, Strider finding his way, and when he does land the big damage from whiff punishes, it does work. Misses his command grab there, unfortunately.
He was looking for it, that whole start of that round right there before he committed to the pressure itself.
It's interesting because he'll either do, Chris will do the DP option select on drive rush cancels, or he'll hold up if he feels the command grab's coming. There's a DI. Big damage.
Beautiful exposure.
Safe jump coming in. Interesting. I see that he woke up quick rise. I see the Japanese players, they just back roll and deal with the knee in the front. They don't want to deal with the cross up.
And again, just the jab sequences coming through. Chris trying to close out this round.
Oh, tries to find the Superman punch, but the stand like it's just too good at closing out rounds.
You got the kryptonite pedicure?
Yeah.
Look at that. That took almost 2 bars of drive gauge, mate. She is pilfering drive gauge since the start of the game. We're going to get side swap.
Fighting back. You're not taking my drive gauge.
In there.
Yeah, it's a great call going for the super sometimes too, not just the DPs, just to make sure that you can survive if it is blocked.
Yeah, exactly right. You preserve some
really
of your
good,
drive meter.
Yeah.
You switch side in Ken's case. It's definitely very nice.
You see a lot of players do that mostly only when they're close to burnout, but seeing that like intentionally done further out from burnout is very interesting, and I think it's a smart way to do it.
That was cool. Gonna reset him in the air, but Chris T disciplined defense. Oh no, conversion from the knee, and now Strider burns himself out with the pressure. Perfect parries the Gladius. Still though, that scaling's gonna hurt.
Is it gonna be ready?
Oh, he done a jab. He done a jab.
Yeah, and it looked so early that even if he canceled, it might not have got to cancel out. That was...
Ouch.
It's like, you know it's coming, but is it coming before the drive rush, after the drive rush? Is it coming on the button? Is it coming on the delay button? There's so many things to look for. It's just unfortunate.
And that, listen, that could have been a situation that Chris is building up to over time. Because there are a couple of times where Strider, 1 or 2 occasions, he's won with the jab check, he's lost the jab check, he's in burnout now. And I see more people, especially when we watch the FAV Cup, if you've seen it, the Japanese players were drive impacting the hell out of their opponents when they're in burnout. Like, oh, it's free. Well, it's free.
Bro, they heard the Kill Bill siren when their opponent was in burnout. They're like, the red's coming your way, fam.
Oh, man. It's backing away here. Strider once again. Nice.
Also ready.
Beautiful reaction.
Leafy this time.
Yeah, and Strider thought crouch media kick was coming. That's when he did the Gladius. This is 10 steps ahead.
And Christie's so good at making the right calls whenever he has Strider cornered.
Like, you have to be so on point.
Oh,
my goodness, great bait.
Yeah, because you can bait after the heavy into the drive rush, right? So that might be why we see him jump when he reaches the command throw.
Well, speaking of jumping, speaking of jumping, hey, listen, he knew his health was in the danger zone. The commander would have killed. He took a guess.
Yeah,
he took a guess.
It's like an indicator for you, but it's also an indicator for the opponent.
We saw him die to that previously at the end of a round, right? So.
That must be so demoralizing. He landed his commander in a combo, but he can't land it in like a block string or to really mix it up.
Yeah, and Chris, he's being so much more disciplined about his crouch medium kicks. He tried to whip punish with that one. So as the Marisa player, you got to be so on point, because then you got to stay a step ahead of that, right? And start trying to take advantage before they even like get a couple of chances to get away with not doing the crouch medium kick. But Chris bringing it back out, converting it into a level 3. He's looking good.
I tell you what, we've seen Ken's level 3 much more frequency than Marisa's. I wonder why.
Yeah, burn himself out though.
Yeah, man, do it by your own admission.
Yeah, exactly. And now Strider manages to build back a lot of that bar, so he's not really in the danger zone. No bar for Christie. Should he get a hit now? It could be just that could be it. Lights out. But there's the drive bar's back.
Perfect drive reversal there. That's not gonna work. Nice. Is that gonna work? Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Too far. Nice.
I kind of feel like Christie knew that spacing that far away was safe. Yeah.
Fair.
But you kind of want,
Well, the thing is, as far as I'm aware, the hurtbox around Fireball characters' hands is not as large as it once was in SF5. So some of these supers you'd think
maybe
would
not
hit,
as long,
yeah, some of the supers you'd think would hit, it's just like, well, they just land right in your face, and then we just go do 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 do.
Yeah, I also think Marisa's level 3 probably looks like it goes further than it does when it lands. Yeah.
Oh, there's the
This is huge.
Definitely.
That hurts a lot.
Triple the damage. Oh dear.
Yeah, this is all the way to the corner, but misses the drive rush, or baiting maybe with the drive rush, or the parry cancel, no drive rush. Nice backdash. No, not enough time.
I like that.
Counter, though.
Oh, Chris is not blocking now. Okay, good block. I think he's worried about his drive gauge, but
drive rush again. Yeah, keep the pressure going. He thought Chris would reversal, gave him a space, and Chris converts here.
Do or die. Yeah, do or die. And he blocked it. Well done, Chris. Oh no!
But he doesn't get the punish probably because of the side switch.
Yeah, I think it's the side switch that got him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got level 1. He's buffering level 1.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that, bro.
Gets the end to end, but the heavy punch does more damage.
The hammer of justice.
Wow.
The hammer of justice doing the Lord's work.
Oy, oy.
Oh, man.
It's a gladiator to a paladin, fam.
You know? My side switch. Here comes the fireball trap again. Oh, not even. That's forward then for the fireball.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm trying to switch it up a bit.
Oh, he's going to put near burnout. I think he has to hold the burnout. He's going to hold it.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh,
yeah, that was nice.
Tried to spin the last of it on the armor, just got thrown out of it, trapped up, strung up, 8-4.
Well, here's the thing. That's what made it even more detrimental for Strider, because it's like he knew he had to hold the burnout if he blocks. So it's like just pick an option.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if you held parry, loses to throw. You did the stance, loses to throw. So it's like look, we were writing your death warrant for you.
If you're not gonna burn me out, I'll burn myself out.
But why not? Why not, man?
He's been so good at escaping the mix-ups with the command throws, guessing right on the DPs, guessing right on the level 1s. I wonder if there's a technique to this.
Yeah, right. He just looks very right. Like, yeah, I wonder if there is.
Correct. He gets this right so much. Oh, and ready for that? That's the first time in 12 games, I think, a raw drive impact like that. That was very impressive.
It really do be like that, though. Sometimes somebody is so right that you're like, there's got to be something I'm missing, right? Like what are they doing that they're seeing?
Oh, that's going to be the round. That will be the round.
So good.
He's going to play it safe then, end with the phalanx. And just spend it all. Close it out there. Trying to stay in this fight. And again, some of these games are gone to the final round here. Strider's been putting up a fight, but it's just Chris is able to just close things out in such a comfortable fashion as well. And get the right read on the end-fold command grab like you guys have pointed out before.
Yeah.
Oh, the backdashing gets clipped. I mean, look at this. Now the throw. Tries for the tick throw this time, Strider. You can see he's kind of good in condition not to challenge. As I say that does, Christie recognized it though. Took his own turn back after the jab. Man, he's looking clean.
See if we can make it 9-4 here, get that 5-game buffer. He's got the level 3 locked and loaded, but so does Strider, so let's see who spends it first. I think Strider wants to put him in the corner as soon as possible, but Chris is going to deny him that opportunity this time round and splurge his level 3 to put Strider near the corner as much as possible.
I've noticed that after Chris T does the standing heavy kick, a lot of the time Strider wants to follow up with his own heavy kick for the drive bar burn, but Chris T's just like reversal crouch mini kick every time. It's giving him quite some mileage in this set.
Nice anti Gladius. Yeah, chipping away at the drive gauge, he needs it. Let's put Chris to closest burnout as possible. When the closer he gets, Chris is not going to block. He's not going to block. Yeah, that's the round.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is what's crazy, right? One thing that I really like about watching Mariza is when the opponent has 3 stocks of drive gauge or less. Because if you take the 40 HK Gladius, it takes 1 stock, and you're less inclined to block. And if you're less inclined to block, that means all the charge heavies are coming out, and you know what happens after that.
Yeah, and you can see they're less inclined to block. Sometimes they jump and they get like these air tech hits. And Strider has been so good at continuing the pressure from there, right? Like he knows what to do after all of these air hits.
Gonna take there from Strider, still in a detrimental spot here, and he's gonna go for the chase down here. Yeah, again, taking away that stock.
Really great offense right now.
We'll take that trade and being very aware of that crouch medium kick range. Another successful challenge this time from Strider. Give me that. The full ski mask is on.
It's a chop chop.
Has to keep that target combo safe by drive rushing into the low. Finally, maybe catch something nice.
Oh yeah, that's that heavy kick. That is the weakness of the button. Very susceptible to getting DI'd.
Do you know? I've seen Big Bird actually react to stand heavy kick with Gladius, and it's actually worked pretty consistently. We may see that over time. So, well, I know Big Bird's a bad barometer for what Mariza players should be doing, but
I feel you.
Because he's so good, man, it's like it might just be him.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, like you said, it's one of those things that I think we will see over time. But right now, he's like exclusively doing it. You know.
Do you mean like reaction to the startup or on the whiff?
I think he's reacting to the startup because he absorbs the hit of the heavy kick and then like.
Okay.
Oh, is that the round? That is.
Oh, that is the round.
Yeah, Strider successfully baiting the level 1. He's gotten hit by a lot, so starting to catch on to the rhythm of Chris T.
All right, this is looking nice and close. I like this back and forth. Again, I've heard slightly can, I've heard it's even, there's options here and there, but sometimes I feel like, I just know with Mariza 2-touch and done, but like when you watch Ken against people, it's like, you just got to suffer in the corner like everybody else. And the less options you have, the worse it is.
Yeah. It doesn't really help to have an armor move, to be honest.
It really doesn't.
Anyway, so it's whatever. I think that's why we don't see it that much either.
Charge up. Look at that. Ooh, okay. Gotta be careful here because Chris is getting in that nice crouch fist.
Nice. That was that good anti-ranging. Chris T correct on the read again.
And Strider has done so much baiting on the drive rush meaties, too.
Exactly.
And Chris still, he seems to be right whenever he does it.
Guess the session. I really like that Christie did not back rise there, because a lot of people just automatically back rise and he would have been closer to the corner. By quick rising, he just gained so much more space towards the corner.
There we go. All right, Strider's looking good now. Now he's like getting comfortable outside the crouch medium kick range, and more importantly, he's getting inside the crouch medium kick range. He's like, I'm not worried about that because we're where I want to be now.
And this is why I like the first to 10s, because like there's problems with seeing a first to 2, first to 3 setting where it's like, could the guy really have dealt with it if given enough time? You know?
Yeah. Now Chris starting to make his adjustments back. We rolling in the corner.
Backdash again.
Catches the backdash.
Unsuccessful. Wow, that's gonna be the round as well. Oh no, maybe not.
Well, he wants to save the meter, and again, bruh, the jab pressure. The light. Strider bets a lot on challenging him, but Chris has kept it tight.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, he's looking for a button. In that range again, Enfold lands. I think he's gonna try and bait something. Let's find out. No, he just goes for a meaty quadriga to play it safe.
Shaving off the drive gauge. Nice interrupt in the string.
These guys are swinging. Oh, he tried.
Oh.
He tried.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Boy,
I think it will be kind of difficult for Marisa to anti after throwing against a character like Ken.
Yeah, I think you gotta try to parry.
Slow, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that
nice.
What? Okay.
That beat the throw bait. The bait with
whatever it did, it said punish down. It worked. That's all I care about.
Yeah, Chris did commit to something after the drive rush. Man, he's got to be careful here. Very low on the drive gauge. Yeah, you see the jump. He starts his own offense. Very successful. Oh, throws whatever the button attempt was.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it.
Oh, it's trouble. Yeah.
Threw the mess out of it right there. Level 1. Of course, not invulnerable to throws. Chris T on set point.
Right, so yeah, the level 1 is 19 frames startup for Marisa, I think. Yeah, 19 frames.
Yeah,
and it's not very invincible, so yeah, good luck with that.
But it does change if it interacts with the button, right?
It launches it. The damage doesn't change, it just launches you. That's it.
Yeah.
There he goes,
again, bro, the jab pressure.
Oh boy. Are we going to see the... Yeah, of course not. I was thinking. Hey, look, man, your boy said, do you know how risky it was to throw JP 8 times in a row? I was like, Phenom, you're not helping yourself here.
To be fair, though, that was kind of risky. Nice interruption with the jab. Yeah. It was.
I love Phenom, but sometimes.
I mean, you can die from one.
Anyway, let's go back to this.
This does. Oh, all right, we're gonna get the violent skin.
He hasn't done empty jump throw from that safe jump, has he? He's only just jumped for the. He's only literally just gone for the safe jump in that scenario. Oh, he's getting
Put the drive gauge in the bag. Oh, never mind. He's got a gun too. That was you call the cops for you, not me.
Hello? Is that? Oh, they're not for me, they're for you, mate. Back throw. Takes it to the corner here. This is match point for Chris. If he gets a DI, he closes out. But that might be it. I think that's it.
The level 2 is going to be enough, even with Marisa health. Oh, never mind.
Wake up, CA! Ah!
The Marisa health saved her only for a moment.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Masters, surprisingly enough, showing you why he's a bottom 7 character. He wins this exhibition. Let me see it. He's not good at all. It's Chris T. It's all Chris T. I'm being dead serious here. I'm not controlling. Chris T is an amazing player, and Ken is just not that good. However, with the skill of the player, you see it go here. And I enjoyed that set. Chris, he taught me a lot about that exhibition there, so I'm going to make some notes and definitely keep that in for future matchups when we see it against buddies in general. But now, honestly, hope you guys learned a lot about that just as much as my 2 co-commentators here. But what we are going to do is we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll set up the courtroom. We'll try and get Chris to defend himself. We'll do that. Give us 5 minutes.
is a new challenger.
No, you couldn't handle this. Everyone who battled me, they falling like an avalanche. Got them falling back to back. Take them all just hand in hand. Y'all going home, so better pack your bags. I'm a heavy hitter, come take a sip of this potion. Float like a butterfly, I'm floating like the ocean. Battle cries of music to my ears, I'm the composer. Y'all can never hurt me, got you wilting like the roses. Bring your best man, I'm spinning like a ceiling fan. Climb to the top of all mountains. Make me the boss of all bosses. Climb to the top of all mountains. Make me the boss of all bosses. Better, I'm stronger, I'm faster, okay? Found a new style that I needed to check. Found me some strength that got me through the day. I train, now I'm ready to play. This beginner is a master, if not I've been all the way. I've been climbing up the ladder, now it's time to beat the game. Won't let you forget, you better remember the name. Cause I'm headed to the top and got nothing else to say. One check, two, you ain't first, you lose. One check, two, you ain't first, you lose. Quick 1, 2, you'll be the first to lose. Knock you right out like my clock hit snooze. Cause my build is so different. All my fear, I got rid of it. I'm a product that's limited. Different ability, better step up your stamina. When I step into the ring, I turn from human to animal. Straight to the top, that's exactly where I'm headed. I'm the best that ever did it. When I said it, I meant it. It's the end like appendix for all of my competition. I'm the best that ever did it. When I said it, I meant it.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Chris T and 801 Stride. If you are just joining us, unfortunately, the set has come to a conclusion. You can make sure you can catch the archives on Capcom Fighters YouTube channel, or just rewind the Twitch archives right now. You can enjoy the show there. But yes, we did our post-match interview, and I should have both the guys with me. Chris, Strider, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right, so Chris, congratulations on winning that. We need to get the scores adjusted. It looks like somebody forgot to... there you go. Okay. There we go. I love it. This is why they need me, because they don't want me catching them out. Anyway, right, so Chris, the first question I've got to ask you in regards to this matchup, because I can't quite put my finger on it, but it seems that you've taught me some new things about this matchup. From your perspective, is this like an even matchup, or is it slightly in Ken's favor? Ken versus Marisa, talk to me.
I'm actually not sure, man. I feel like I don't know where exactly to put Marisa in the matchup with Ken, but I've talked to Angry Bird quite a bit, and he says that it's 5-5. And I can see that, but I can also see it being slightly in Ken's favor. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with Angry Bird on that one. You know, he definitely knows the character better than I do, and he had told me that it was 5-5, but that was the last time that I spoke to him.
Okay, cool. Now, one thing that we all noticed, and Strider was picking up on it as the set went on, is your usage of crouch medium kick, especially up close. It seemed like it was really harassing Strider really well, and countered a lot of things that he tried to do. Can you walk me through that scenario?
Yeah, I think the reason why I started using more crouch medium kick, I used it more in neutral and also to interrupt his pressure, because I realized that you can't always hold back against Marisa, and I don't want to jump against Strider because he has really good anti-air, so I have to be very meticulous with my jump-ins, and Strider plays like a walking wall, so it's like a tank that's approaching you, so you have to be very careful. And I started using more crouch medium kick because I realized that he was maybe a bit more comfortable than I wanted him to be in the neutral, and so I could kind of control the pace and check his walk-ups and also check his pressure, because he wasn't doing string into the Superman punch. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take advantage of that and start pressing some crouching medium kicks. And then, you know, sometimes he was doing the Superman punch and I was just able to jab it towards the end. But yeah, I think that button is actually very important for Ken in that matchup. Like, because she's kind of sluggish and Ken has a faster walk speed, you have to be able to clip the person low when they're advancing towards you. They have to think about that.
Okay, no, that was really interesting, because obviously Strider said before the set started, you know, walk speed of Marisa lets her down. You took advantage of that, got the low, because me and Veggey were talking about it during the break before we came back. We were looking at the startup of a lot of Marisa's buttons and some of the tools that Strider was using. We're just like, crouching medium kick kind of stuffs all of them. But then Strider, you mentioned there is something that blows up the crouching medium kick in that range. You mind just telling the people that are watching what it was again?
Yeah, I mean, Chris mentioned the two is Superman punch, like canceling buttons, like jabs, for example, into Superman. That would beat the crouching medium kick as a challenge. I didn't think about that until after the set. I completely forgot about that option, honestly. It's one of those options that it was working really well, like week 1, week 2, like early on Marisa play, and then, you know, people stopped challenging with crouching medium kicks, and I just disregarded that option. But now we're back at full circle, you know? Like, things that worked early on but didn't work as the game evolved, like now they're back. Like now they're real, you know? Yeah,
no, I guess that happens pretty much all the time with any fighting game. We go back to the basics, and the basics become the strongest option at any given point in that current meta as well. There's another thing I have to ask Chris as well. I think, well, actually, no, Rynge should ask it, because Rynge noticed it. That when Chris was guessing right all the time.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, we were just talking about a lot of the time. I mean, Veggey also brought it up. That was like, is Chris seeing something that we're not, or is there some type of tell that he's picking up on? Just because it seemed like you were right a lot of the time defensively, offensively, when you were running your Oki, when you had to be put in the corner, you escaped very frequently. It was rare that you ever got locked down. Were the reads just on point today, or have you been working on something? Can you elaborate on that for us?
I think it's a combination of multiple things. I feel like more than anything, the reads were on point today, and tomorrow it could be a completely different story. But I definitely have been trying to work on my defense a lot more, and not being discouraged by the decisions that I make on defense, except from what you're seeing right now. You saw that level 1 super just get absolutely annihilated, and sometimes that's just going to happen, and it's very daunting, and it makes you question your decisions on defense, especially against someone like Strider. So I just felt like it was a combination of multiple things. I've been watching some more footage of myself and trying to be a bit more calm on defense, finding my spots, but also getting lucky with some reads today for sure.
Like defensively, when you talk about that, right, and how it feels bad when you make a decision like that, it gets blown up, especially against Mariza or some type of high damage situation. Have you been trying to like see the bigger picture and be like, I gotta make the defensive choices I gotta make, and you know the consequences are the consequences, but are you trying to like kind of come to an average over a longer term, like when it comes to your choices, or what is it that you're doing to kind of help your defense?
Well, it really helps because it's a first to 10.
Yeah,
you
true.
know, it really helps because it's a first to 10, and you have time to adapt to the decisions that he makes and the decisions that you make. So, yeah, that level 1 super didn't work there, but I still have to lose 8 more matches, you know, and he's not going to go for the same thing every single time. And depending on the flow of the match and the momentum, then it gives me better grounds to make certain decisions. So you have to put it aside and continue to move forward with the round, because you can't dwell on it. It's like the 0.3 seconds rule. You know, you think about it for 0.3 seconds, and then you move on to the next round, because you know that he smells blood. You know, Strider smells blood really well, so I can't give him that momentum.
So is that something you're trying to apply to 3 out of 5 as well? Like obviously, like you said, you had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
You have to. But it's just more of like, see, the thing is with 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 is you have to go into it with a 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 strategy and a mindset. Exactly. So decisions are a little bit more different on that, because you don't have the comfort of knowing that you could lose many more matches. So, and everything is amplified, not just on the defensive end, but even on Strider's end. Who knows, maybe if that was a 2 out of 3, he would have pressed the button and my super would have worked. So it's really hard to tell, you know, but there is a difference between that first to 10 mindset.
That's actually what I wanted to get at with Strider, is that for this first to 10, do you feel like you can get Ken's a little bit easier in a 2 out of 3 or a 3 out of 5? Because to me, it looked like the first to 10 was not in Mariza's favor in this matchup, especially against somebody like Chris, who is good at recognizing patterns or working on his reactions after he sees something a couple of times. It just felt like Mariza didn't have enough in her playbook to me when it came to the first to 10 in this particular set.
The character's insane in short sets and long sets. Honestly, like you mentioned, Chris guessed right like 90% of the time. It doesn't matter what character you play. You could play, you know, Luke versus Ken, and if, you know, or Luke versus Manon, and if Manon is guessing right 90% of the time, it doesn't matter. Like, that's ultimately, I don't think that's a character thing. That's, you know, Chris made some smart adaptations, and I didn't adapt fast enough. But, you know, we'll go back and forth. It's not like the character is just gone. Like, that's not, I don't want to turn this discussion into the character. I'm not
I mean, we always go back and forth.
I wasn't necessarily trying to get at Mariza being weak or anything like that. It's just that over time, it feels like a lot of her things that take a while, that Chris was catching on to the reactions, that it just felt easier for him to react later on. But yeah, if you say, obviously, you know the character better than I do. If she's got more in the playbook, just didn't play out the way you said today. Or like, Chris was just right all the time for some reason.
Nah, it was. Let me ask Strider this then. When you're trapped in the corner against Ken, what are you thinking in terms of how to get out? Because we saw a couple jabs that worked, some jabs lost. You tried supers, you try everything. Do you just cycle through options, or it's like, okay, I'm confident I can get out of the corner? Like, talk to me through that.
It's a guess. It doesn't matter. Like, at that point, the game comes at a standstill. It's just you're forced into these guesses, right? And you have to commit to your guess. You know, Chris was mentioning this about like wake up supers, how you can't be scared of doing them, even if you guess wrong. It's a guess. You have to guess, and if you guess wrong, you have to be okay with that. If you make a guess, you have to commit to that guess. You can't guess and then beat yourself up because you guessed wrong. Like you're committing to it, and if you guess right, the thing is like you have to go for guesses that have higher reward, especially like perfect parries in this game, for example. Like landing a perfect parry while you're in the corner, that reverses the momentum. You corner your opponent and you put him in that position. Jumping out of the corner, like you have to take these risks, because blocking and doing nothing in the corner is also a risk.
No, that is
Absolutely.
true. I kind of refer to the parry as the universal disruptor of the game. It can literally...
It really is.
Legit, everyone's got it, and it can flip everything on its head. And if you guess wrong, okay, you can try again, or you could lose again. It's quite as simple as that. But sorry, Rynge, did you want to ask something to add on to that?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask because, like you mentioned, Jammerz, we saw the like light sequences a lot, and Strider, you would try to press in between them, and like Jammerz said, you got some challenges successfully. Sometimes it didn't work out, but I feel like we didn't see a lot of parry on the light sequences for you. Is that something that you are thinking about dabbling with a little bit more? Don't really want to risk that. We saw a lot of challenge and backdash and stuff like that, but not a lot of parry. It felt like.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm usually like really parry heavy. Like I parry like right after parry, like I'm mashing parry. If that's like one of my go-to defensive options, because it just opens up so many other things. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. It's just one of those things that
slip through the cracks.
Go into. Yeah.
Completely understandable.
I mean, like the pace of this game, like Strider mentioned it before, there was a tactic he completely forgot. He didn't realize until after the set, and I've said this throughout all watching tournaments and online stuff with this game. It's like sometimes you actually don't sit down and think about things until the set is completely done, whether you've just been put in the loser's bracket or you're out of the tournament. It's like, oh damn, I really forgot about that. Because this game is like the whole Mike Tyson thing to me. Everyone has a plan to get punched in the mouth, right? Like you just play the set, and then afterwards you're like, oh, okay, I probably could have done that, but I was aware of it. I wasn't present in that moment to decide of doing it, and I see that a lot with this game. So it can be a thing, like Chris mentioned before. If it slows down over time, certain things might be more apparent, but I like that Strider you've mentioned, and it can be reassuring to players still trying to improve. It's like, look, you have to acknowledge the guess and make the decision, whether it's right or wrong. I think a lot of people try to, because people don't like uncertainty. They just don't like it. But when you like establish them, it's like, look, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. It's left or right, up or down, block or grab. Like, just pick one, and we move on from that. I think it's mainly because of the stakes that are at hand. That's why people are so, what's the word, maybe nervous about a lot of these situations, and why people, express their disdain about Ken a lot. It's like, I'm in the corner and I always guess wrong, because he's got a safe.
Defense is scary. Defense is scary because you feel like you don't have control, right? You're at that point, the matchup, or it all boils down to very simple guesses. But that's fighting games.
Yes.
That's just fighting games in general. Name a fighting game that doesn't have these situations.
Right. That's very true.
Ultimately, that's the fighting games are all just a bunch of mini guesses. Even neutral, you're playing mini rock paper scissors, multiple times. But just an offense, or when you're on defense, that game of rock paper scissors, if you guess wrong, you might lose the round. That's the only problem, right?
Well, I think a lot of the contemporary fighting games have gotten a lot more punishing over the past maybe 5 to 7 years, because it's like, okay, you could have like literally an accidental input, right? You could do a DP when you wanted the fireball, and because of how the games work now, you actually could lose the round because of a mistake like that. Sometimes there might be an unexplained interaction that happens, and your opponent just knows how to convert into 70% from that scenario, and you lose. It's like, well, I guess that's that. Like, you just kind of have to move on, and it can be very difficult, especially with how frustrating the learning process can be with fighting games these days. But hey, they're a great spectacle to watch. I love it when Marisa players do 80%, and I'm not the one getting hit by the 80%. So it can be as simple as that. Veggey, have you got anything you want to ask these guys?
Yeah, since Street Fighter 6 came out, we saw a lot of new mechanics added into the game, and I just wanted to know or hear from your point of view, which your kind of like your favorite mechanic or new mechanic coming into Street Fighter 6. And the mechanic could be anything from like counter hit, punish counter, parry, drive impact, anything like that. It's just interesting kind of hearing what your take is on which mechanics you really like. And we can start with Chris T.
I really like Drive Rush. I think it's I think it's fun to use. Although it's obnoxious, it's very fun to use, and it's like the closest thing that we have to Street Fighter 4 FADC. So I like that aspect of the game. But now, do I like Drive Rush in neutral? No. I don't think that Drive Rush in neutral is very healthy for the game. It makes neutral very chaotic, but I do like the aspect of like canceling normals into Drive Rush into some cool looking combos, and then some of the combos are only possible with Drive Rushing into them. So I do like that aspect of Drive Rush. I just don't like how it can be abused in neutral. I think Drive Impact is a cool mechanic, you know, like it can catch you slipping. It's obviously not going to work a lot against very top players, but when it does work, you're like, oh man, like he actually got hit by the Drive Impact. But when you react to it, it's a good feeling. So I do like that aspect of Drive Impact. Parry is, it's a hit or miss, you know. It's not as broken as it was in Third Strike, but it definitely is very, very strong right now. And I think you can see it from the way that the Japanese players are using parry. And the way Noah uses parry. Shout out Noah. But yeah, I don't mind parry too much. Like, you know, the thing about Street Fighter 6 is that there's so many mechanics and so many answers to those mechanics as well. So I do like that there's a lot of mechanics in the game, and it just allows for more self-expression.
Okay. Before we get onto stride designs, I've got 2 impromptu questions for you, Chris. The first one is, would you think it's a good idea to Drive Rush cancel from certain specials?
Yes, to make it fun. Purely for the fun aspect of it, and allowing for different types of combos and extensions. Who knows what could be possible? It's kind of like FADC again. You know, you could do that with FADC. So I definitely like more things like Street Fighter 4. So I would be a fan of that, unless it obviously makes the game really bad.
Interesting. Now, my
you want
second...
that Fireball Drive Rush cancel?
I do want that. I want FADC, Fireball FADC.
I know a lot of people that probably want that.
That's the Street Fighter 4 right there, yeah.
But, right, my next impromptu question would be, I actually spoke to Rynge about this on, I think it was Saturday. It's regarding parry.
Yeah.
Do you think... Right, when you parry certain things, there are certain scenarios where players parry, and it's like that was a very good parry because you would have burned out, you would have lost the game, etc., etc. Do you think the frequency of parry is overriding certain skillful parries in the game, or am I just bugging out here?
No, I don't think it's overriding. I think you saw way more parries in a game like Third Strike, and that's, you know, an amazing game to watch. Obviously, it's harder to like pull it off in that game, but I do think that, you know, parry is just being, the meta of parry is evolving in Street Fighter 6, so that's why we've been seeing it more often lately. Now, I don't want to go off limb and say that it's broken, but it's not like too much to where I'm just like, all right, this is just parry every 5 seconds now. You know, like I don't like that. It still has that nice like touch to it. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's what I would say.
Okay, interesting. Strider, what about you? What is your favorite mechanical set of mechanics in Street Fighter 6? And then I'll ask you the other 2 questions.
You know, I actually do like punish counters.
I love them as well.
I think that's...
Oh yeah, I love that.
You know, looking back, it's one of those mechanics where you ask yourself, like, why wasn't this in other games, in other Street Fighter games? Like, it just makes sense. You know, it also opens up more doors to like higher skill expression. You know, you get very specific combos based on counter hit status, on if you whiff punish a button, or if you punish a throw, for example. Like, I love it. And the other one would be, I actually enjoy the fact that you can't get crossed up while you're in the corner. I do like that.
Okay.
At first it felt weird. It was really weird because I would eat every single jump in the corner because I was trying to block cross up.
I remember that.
But after a while, it makes sense because, you know, coming from Street Fighter 4, you know, we lived through some degenerate setups. If you get
know the things I've seen
into a whiff button and the character jumps up forward while you're in the corner, you're done. You're done. Yep. You're not blocking whatever button they're pressing. You're not blocking it. So I thought this was a really smart way of like avoiding any situation like that.
I was not expecting that. I don't think enough people talk about that specific thing about not being crossed up in the corner anymore. Oh, that's interesting. Veggey, did you want to mention something or?
No, I just I've never thought about it like that myself either, because it is new and it also allows the attacker to more easily keep the opponent in the corner if he goes for like safe jump setups or jump setups. So I just haven't thought about it like that before. It was really interesting to hear it as like a mechanic, which it is, I guess. Yeah.
No, that's very true. Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you, Strad, of course, which I asked Chris before, is do you think certain specials should be drive rush cancelable? You think that's not a good idea?
Yeah, I know Chris said he wants fireball drivers. Bro, you already have that. You throw fireball full screen and just...
It's not just for fireball. It's not just for fireball.
That.
It's for other things, you know?
No, it's already...
No.
That whole aspect of throwing a fireball and turning green behind it is so incredibly busted in this game. And yeah, I think less is more in this case. I actually think there should be less things that are drivers cancelable.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think certain lows should be drivers cancelable. I think, you know, the reward you get with certain characters for landing essentially the best buttons. The best buttons in the game are usually lows, right? They restrict movement. They force the opponent to stay put, essentially. You know, the fact that you could get rewarded with a corner into infinite guesses is already very strong, you know? I don't think we need to expand on that already.
Okay, no.
I think it turned the game way more RNG.
Fair enough. Let me pose a hypothetical for you then. We'll take Ken, for example. If Ken could do, right, low forward drive rush cancel, target combo into Shoryuken instead of the run Tatsu, would you still accept the low forward drive rush cancel being the thing? Because sometimes I think it's certain special moves with the screen carry, not the fact that you can low forward drive rush cancel.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the reward you get from it is the problem. I mean, that's the reward from it shouldn't be
that large.
Round ending, essentially. You know, putting yourself in a position where it's round ending. Even in Street Fighter V, where low confirms were... That was the game. It was Street Fighter V was low confirmed the game. You know, you didn't really get much on block. You didn't keep offense on block, and on hit you landed a special move. I mean, even like Karen, for example, she landed her Tenko, and then after that she got, you know, maybe a throw, dash up into a throw, and that's fine. You get reset back to neutral.
Yeah,
it was still very powerful, but imagine if Karen put you in the corner instantly from that crouching medium kick.
I mean, it'd probably
I think the reward for sure.
Yeah, no, it'd probably be a different timeline, and we can probably ask Doctor Strange if he could change it for us. Who knows? Right, I've got a few more questions I want to ask these guys. There'll be a string of questions, but Rynge, you want to ask?
Can I go first?
Perfect. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I wanted to ask Chris this during our first interview because I got my Strider question in about the drive gauge and spinning meter and all that, but I didn't get my Chris question in. My Chris question is, what is your favorite thing about Street Fighter 6 Ken that goes under the radar? That, like, not a lot of people talk about.
It's kind of hard. There's a big magnifying glass on him.
I know. Everybody talks about every damn thing. But is there anything that you could think that, like, you know, everybody wants to cry about Stand Fierce or this or whatever, but people should be talking about this?
EX Jinrai.
Oh, yeah, we saw that a lot. We saw that a lot in this set today.
Yeah, no, EX Jinrai is very strong. I like that in Street Fighter 6, it feels like Ken is a complete character of everything that he's supposed to have as Ken, you know, like he has his Jinrai, his crazy kicks, he has his back throw, he also has an F neutral move, which is the Dragon Lash, you know. I like the only thing I want for Ken in season 2 is bring back some flames on his uppercut. That's like, please just bring back some flames.
I get that.
I don't want to always do run DP because a lot of Ken's meta doesn't revolve around run DP. So I want to see more like fierce uppercut flame. But other than that, I mean, I think Ken's standing light kick is so powerful, and that's one of the best additions to Ken in this game. And I just really love how they designed Ken in this game. Like, way more complete than Street Fighter V Ken.
Ooh,
all right, sick. So then this one is for both you and Chris, since you just answered. We'll have Strider answer this one first. So I was wondering what you two are working as players to try to take your game to the next level. Like, whether it's in game, mentally, spiritually, whether it's on execution, reaction. Like, I want to know whether it's in game or out of game. Are you guys doing anything specific to try to break through a plateau that you're hitting?
Is Strider gonna answer first? Or?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
honestly, yeah, I can go. It's right now. It's difficult to really test your plateaus because we don't really have offline competitions. I feel like with offline competitions, you really get to test where you stand against the field of the rest of the field.
Yeah.
I think right now, because that's lacking, you have to stay hungry. You have to really want to keep playing, want to keep improving, even when that thing that you seek isn't there yet. Hopefully, Capcom, please. Even though that thing isn't there yet, like, you still have to find ways to stay hungry and keep playing, keep competing. I mean, I think streaming the game has really helped in that sense for me personally. Like, I'm enjoying the process way more while streaming it. But yeah, for me, it's just keeping that fire there, keeping that fire lit. Because I feel like once that's gone, then that's it. You're not really gonna push yourself.
So keeping the motivation, hunger high, and the streaming is helping with that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Chris?
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same thing as Strider. Streaming has really helped out. It's you're always working on your mental aspect of the game. Obviously, judging your performance comes more so from like the offline setting because there's so much more pressure when you're in person in real life. So other than that, just kind of working on those things and streaming the game. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, I know we talked a while back during one of your World Warrior victories that you had started reading a Kobe book, right? Or like a book that Kobe read or something like that. Has that helped anything with your mental approaching fighting games?
Always. Yeah, you're always a student of the mind, and that's the only way you can actually win anything is to, you lose and then you look at the greats that have done it before you and try to replicate what they did and how they thought, and then see if that provides you with some victories, And I'm sure Strider has looked into sports psychology as well, like the best players do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's common between anybody that's trying to compete at the highest level of literally anything. It turns from you versus your opponent into a you versus you.
100%.
So that's you're just constantly working on being a better version of you, working on your flaws. Like that translates to literally anything you do. But that's common. When you see the highest percentiles or the people on top of their field, and regardless of what hobby you look at, that's always going to be something common, is that aspect of like you versus you, like you trying to improve yourself, and it reflects against your opposition.
So that's a really good way of putting it. Oh, that's interesting.
Did you always have that approach to Street Fighter, or was it something that came after a while of playing? I don't know which game you started with, but like, did you start with this kind of
no, hell no, definitely not. I'm an 09er, man. I started playing the game as a teenager, just pressing buttons and doing cool stuff with Abel. And as I I really liked competing, and as I delved deeper into it, I started running into a lot of roadblocks, of mostly mental roadblocks, and just the journey of how to overcome those. It kind of gives you this perspective, like you truly start to understand the process of just improving in general.
Okay. No,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
go on.
And Christy, did you also have kind of that same? Did you also start more casually, and then you had that epiphany, sort of, with a competitive mindset, or was it something that you came in with into?
No, I mean, it was casual. I wanted to play Street Fighter 4 with my older brother, and then it turned into me stumbling upon Evo Grand Finals on the internet. And then once I saw it was Daigo versus Justin. Once I saw that, I was like, oh my god, like, I have to be the best Ken. I have to compete in tournaments. This looks so much fun. And then your journey starts.
Okay. That's another interesting viewpoint on it as well. No, I really like that. Good answers from the both of you. Now here come my string of questions. The first thing is, let me ask you guys about the online experience, and I'm talking about it from a perspective of the ranking system now. I think the system's a very good system put in place, but I think the experience might not be fun because of how many people value MR and don't finish the first to 2. This might be the salty side of me coming out. But is the online experience fun for you guys in general? Chris, let's get your answer on that first.
Yeah, I think the online experience, when you play custom lobbies against friends, is very positive. The online is the best we've ever had, and it's amazing. So you can't knock that. But when it comes to like the ranked match experience and how it's region locked, and you don't really get to play everybody, you get to play the same people. Also, you know, the way the MR system's kind of set up, it's getting kind of like frustrating to play ranked, and also for some reason I'm not seeing this being talked about enough, but it takes me 10 hours to find one match. Once you hit like a certain MR, it takes so long, and then you also get matched up with diamond rank players, and then just like you don't want to play because you're not going to get any MR. And I've won and done so many people now because I don't have time, and when I do have time, I wanted to like actually get some points, but then it becomes a points thing. So it's just a rabbit hole. The ranked match experience, it feels more like a rabbit hole, but the online tournaments and the custom lobbies and stuff has been a tremendous help for the professional players, for sure.
Okay, no, that's interesting. I like that you brought it up that way. I think with the implementation of MR, it's made it not fun at both ends. It's like you're burning a candle from both ends, right? There's 2 problems. It's like the guys at the top are not getting rewarded, and the matchmaking is kind of screwing them over, and the guys at the bottom saying, well, he's too good for me, I'm not getting anything out of this.
Right,
It's just not fun, so I'm not going to finish the set. You want to play the game, they don't want to play you. And it's just like, it just turns into a two-pronged.
And it's too easy to get master. Well, too easy to get master rank.
Okay, interesting. Strider, what about you? Is the overall online experience, has it been good for you since you've been streaming and playing, or has there been a couple of frustrations?
This is the best online experience in any fighting game I played, period. The netcode is insane. It's you know, Capcom set a new bar.
No, 100%.
They set a new, like, fighting games following this game, if the netcode is spotty, it's not a good look. You know, it's like, you know, compared to other fighting games, other Street Fighter games, they, you know, it was impossible to play coast to coast. Impossible. And it's very possible now. And for a lot of those, you know, for a lot of those players, it's the connection's actually really good. Now, with that said, I think the regional restriction right now for Street Fighter matchmaking is what causes a lot of these issues that Chris is mentioning, how it takes longer to find matches, because we're just restricted to one small area where, you know, when the netcode is good enough where it could be, you know,
east to west,
east and west. Yeah, that could actually be a thing, and these issues could easily be solved. But overall, yeah, the netcode is great, honestly. Just you know, obviously everything's gonna have little hiccups here and there, but the core product itself of the netcode, it's the best.
Cool.
Now we just gotta embrace it and open the floodgates.
Well, careful what you wish for. But no, I appreciate those honest answers. The next thing I've got to ask you guys, it's in regards to this weekend coming out with the CPT. I believe it is CPT Japan this weekend. Chris, who's your odds on winning that CPT? They got a large number of players there.
I don't know, man. Maybe a Chun-Li player or Fudo, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, Fudo's already qualified. I don't even know if Fudo's... Is Fudo entered?
I don't know. I mean, Kakeru, probably. That's always a good bet. Like, man, just pick anyone. go down that. Just pick a random person, and then that person is probably gonna win. But it should be very exciting to watch the CPT event, and I know that a lot of us will be restreaming it. And it's always fun to watch the Japanese play, because you see what meta they're pushing, like what is the boundaries that they're pushing. Of course. We got a lot of that just this past week with the 5 Cup, so I'm excited to watch that and see who ends up taking it.
Sounds good. All right, Strider, what about you? You going to pull your Japanese lottery ticket, or have you got someone specific?
Honestly, anyone in the top 96, man. Their brackets
the top 96. It really
Their brackets are ridiculous. Anytime you look at those brackets for the World Warrior, it's insane. Like, their top 128, it's just all players that have won tournaments before. It's insane. Like it's that's why there's no consistency in place outside of Fudo. Fudo kind of broke that. He was the most consistent player in tournaments. Outside of him, it's just all over the place. It's just so heavily dense with competition. It's whoever's on that day. Moke has a good shot. I mean, I think he's the reason why Japan is rating Chun so high. Because if you ask, people out in the West, like Chun's good, but I don't, top 3.
We don't have a Chun Li player. That's why we don't have a Chun.
We don't have somebody pushing the boundaries with the character. We have Chun players, but they're not pushing the envelope. It's just they're pressing buttons.
No, that's interesting. Oh, I mean, like even with Rashid, right? People were like, "Man, Rashid's alright, but he's lacking here and there." And then all it took was Gatchigan to win one event, and people's opinions started slowly changing. Big Bird became significantly better.
Play JB.
I've been watching JB's Rashid as well. It just took a little bit of time. Now people's opinion of Rashid has substantially changed. But I guess over here in the West, because we view things a lot differently than what the Japanese players do. That's why FAV Cat was refreshing, because it's like, okay, what is everyone doing over here? Like, what are we missing? What are we not seeing? And they did show me a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure they ignored Big Bird to high heaven in terms of a parry mechanic. He seems to be having a great time over there streaming. But the next question I wanted to ask you guys, this might have to be my last one actually, because we are short on time, is are either of you planning to go to the LCQ for Capcom Cup, or are you just going to let this one slide and just watch the competition? Chris, we'll go with you first.
Yeah, I don't think I can take off on that day actually, because I've taken off so much for SFL that I kind of had to so I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Hopefully I can. I'll try to let them know as soon as possible, but I don't know. I mean, and it's just going to be a bloodbath, like an extreme bloodbath. So that one's up in the air for me. I'm not too sure about that one yet.
All right, Strider, what about you? You planning to go, or you sitting this one out?
I am about 80%. It's just, again, time, because it's over several days.
Yeah.
So that makes it a bit difficult. So it's 80%. But we should have more concrete answer in a bit.
Sweet. All right. Gentlemen, I have to close it off there because I ran a bit over time, because the conversation was getting really interesting. The questions we were asking were really interesting as well. Richard, if you can put their fight card on the screen so people know where to follow these two. They have social medias, they farm the engagement, they stream for you, they entertain you as much as they possibly can. And make sure you subscribe to both their YouTube channels. They do put up some good content, and it can help you get better. Watch Strider's video on how to use training mode, because I know some of you still don't know how to use training mode.
I actually watched that. Good stuff.
It's a very good video. But yes, Chris, this is where we give you the podium. Any final words you want to say? Any propaganda you want to spread? The floor's yours.
No, I appreciate you guys for having me on. I appreciate everybody that's following. Make sure to follow the Twitch and definitely subscribe to the YouTube for more content from me and Strider. I really do appreciate you guys for all the work that you guys do. And shout outs to all the supporters, man. I'm grateful.
Perfect. Strider, what about you? Anyone you want to thank? Anyone want to shout out? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, likewise. No, appreciate you guys for the invite. This was fun. Chris T, always a pleasure.
Always my brother.
My stream chat, Discord. I appreciate all the support. Big reason why I'm still pressing some buttons.
No, that's good. I appreciate that. Make sure, like we said, follow them on their social media outlets. All right, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you both. I mean, we could do this for like 3 or 4 hours, but I think one of you guys mentioned before there might need to be long podcasts with the players just go nuts and go talk and speak their mind. I think a lot of people would tune into that, and I think it would. I think a lot of people's opinions are misunderstood, but that's courtesy of social media, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I think people should pay for their tweets, though. That's what I think they should do. But that's me.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Yeah, when you are ready, you can leave the Discord call and continue with the rest of your day, because we do have to close out this show here. But yeah, I'll drop you both a message. Thank you once again, because really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to come join us. And Happy New Year once again to the both of you as well.
Happy New Year to you, mate.
He was waiting the whole show to do that, by the way.
The whole show was waiting for that one. Happy New Year to you guys, man.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
All right. Listen, those guys, you gotta love them. They put on the content for you. They gave us some very honest answers there as well. Again, we could talk to those guys for ages. And I like that they've given me different perspectives and things to note down when we're watching the characters, we're talking about people with the game. Because I do think the more candid answers we can draw out of them, the more when you see certain discussions floating around on social media, I think we have a little bit more pretense, that might be the word, as to when we see the tweet, I can understand the angle. Instead of just reading the post and it's like, okay, this guy's just coping. Oh, he's just delusional. It's like, no, we have a better angle that we've spoken to the guy and we understand it. Because a lot of people remove the substance from the actual thing and it just becomes a bit wild, up in arms, right? But Rynge, did you have a good time today?
Absolutely, man. I was glad to be here for a little West Coast battle as well. You know, that's my home, so I was very much wanting to be a part. Oh,
okay.
What's up? What was that?
No, we do this. You haven't seen this segment of the show,
so
basically,
I haven't seen this.
After we finish the actual 1st to 10, like the community manager, he picks out a random avatar battle to showcase what people get up to in their spare time. And
I see. Okay.
We've seen some crazy characters. Indeed, I think they're trying to load up one of these things now. And again, there will be some more avatar gear coming soon with the Spy Family Street Fighter one. That's coming on January 9th, which is a week away. So it'll be next Tuesday that we do get it there as well. But as whoever's sorting that out in the back, Veggey, what about you? Did you enjoy today as well in the discussions?
I had a really good time as always. It's great to be back, and I think it's really cool that we start so early in after the New Year's, that we're like getting right back onto it, because I feel that the faster you get back on track with stuff, the more you can get the ball rolling. And I was really pleasantly surprised to be here with Rynge again, because I didn't know that he was coming on until he came on the show today, so that was really cool. So I thought, because I heard Elva couldn't be here, and then it's just like, oh, sick. So that was really good. And, I have to do this for a while because he always asks you, Jammerz, did you have a good time? After you've asked us and been so nice to us, someone needs to make sure that they check in with you as well. Did you have a good time today, Jammerz?
Yes, I did. I was taking notes and I was taking mental notes as well. And like I said, I get to understand the players a bit more and we get more familiar with them just by having not necessarily heart-to-heart, but the conversations in regards to, right, what do you think about this mechanic? What do you think about that? Okay, is it this? I like that, both the players gave reassuring answers, because I think some people, like when Rynge mentioned they plateau or they're trying to improve, they don't know how to. And it's like, okay, look, we're guessing just as much as you are. It doesn't make any difference, right? I could have a whole novel on how the equation works. It's still a 50-50, come on. I guess wrong just as much as the next guy. Look, I see Daigo. Did you not see Daigo get hit by 2 sonic booms from Knuckle Doo and he still did a DI and it hit?
I have that down in my notes.
I could not stop laughing when I saw that. I said, look, even he still did. He's fed up. It's like, it just happens to work.
To me, it almost looked like he did drive rush, get checked with a boom, drive rush again, get checked with a boom on purpose, and then just drive impact because he kind of like instilled, he's just going to keep drive rushing.
Well, okay, here's the conundrum, right?
Do we? I know, it's just a guess. Yeah,
but here's the conundrum. Really do we give Daigo too much credit? Because sometimes I think he was just running into games.
I thought that was little column A, little column B, right? Where he was like, I want to force the issue. The first 2 ways he tried to force it didn't work, so he tried something else. And
that's true.
I think it's like legitimately little column A, little column B.
Oh man, I'll never. But if you haven't seen FAV Cup, then please go and check that out. It's refreshing. The reversal guys, St. Colin Damascus, they covered it in English. You want to go and see that there as well. Are we still getting this thing loaded, or do you want to go through the CPT stuff? I don't know what's going on. He said, so he doesn't actually know. Okay, he doesn't actually know. I mean, we can talk about the CPT stuff if you want, because there are some stuff coming on board. But yes, again, we've got a couple of episodes lined up for you guys in the pipeline, 2 of which I actually need to double check because I had no involvement in setting them up, so I need to actually find out who's actually coming on. I know, Rynge, legit, right? I'll tell you what happened last week. I think it was the 30th of December. I got a voice note, and it literally goes, hey guys, hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas. And it literally said, Jammerz is going to be mad, but... And I paused the voice note and didn't listen to the rest of it. I didn't listen to the rest of it. Because I said, if I'm going to be mad, there's no point in me listening to it.
I'm good on that.
So then I think it was literally sorting out this episode today. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just roll in. Let's talk to the guys and let's get on with it here. All right, we're going to roll through with the CPT stuff. Okay, so this weekend, there's over 800 entrants for CPT Japan. They rescheduled it one. Goodness. It is happening this weekend. Put a timer on, put an alarm on. You don't want to miss it, right? Because there's only going to be one winner this weekend, but there's over 800 entrants. The Japanese have done something the rest of the world have not been able to do. They've embraced this game, and they managed to rally on even more people. This game is going to be crazy. Like the guy said, anyone in the top 96 could win the tournament. Buy a lottery ticket. It might actually work this weekend. But tune in at twitch.tv/CatConfires. Or heck, if you watch it on YouTube, the live stream, go and check it out there as well. Do we have the SFL ads? I don't know if there are any more CPT. All right, so we should have... Yes, you can register for US, Canada, East. Damn, I should have asked those guys who they think was going to win this tournament. Oh, I should have asked them that. Damn, I regret not asking them that now. Okay, but yes, you can still sign up to US, Canada, East if you have not done so already. You are a viewer. This is going to be another big tournament as well. Mena was in this region, but he's qualified already and he stepped down from this region. So you've got NuckleDo, you've got Punk, Idom as well. There's probably one or two hidden talents I'm forgetting. There could be a surpriser. It could be an expected name to win this one. But get registering. Check it out. You don't want to miss this one. There's going to be tons of CPT action and preparation for the Capcom Cup. Speaking of which, do we have the Capcom Cup graphic that we can show? I don't know if we have it there. Yes, it is. There you go. Capcom Cup going to be from February 21st to 25th. But the LCQ is going to be from the 16th to the 18th there. Tickets are available. I believe the VIP tickets are completely sold out. VIP or the gold tickets. I can't remember. There's 3 tiers of tickets. The top tier ticket is sold out. So you can only get the other 2. So if you can join us for the Capcom Cup, then please get on that now. And then you can register as well. It's a lot of time. If you can make it down and enjoy a week-long celebration of Street Fighter, just a weekend or whatnot, then please get registered. Capcom.us/CupX register there. It's going to be Los Angeles, California. You don't want to miss that. If you can't join us in person, then heck, twitch.tv/CatConfighters, the LCQ and the Cup itself and the SFL World Championships will all be on that same channel. Yes, there was this as well. This weekend, once the winner of the CPT Japan has been crowned, I believe a couple hours afterwards, you can join us on twitch.tv/ReversalGG to find out who from the UK will be heading to the Capcom Cup via the World Warrior Regional Final. It will be happening offline Sunday, January 7th from 1 PM at an offline venue. All PCs. The guys are going to enjoy it. It's going to be great. So you're going to see Ending Walker, Broski, Lex, Problem X, Shax, 4 Fills, Muscle Noob, and Hurricane. Just to let you guys know, Flawless Deku was supposed to be in the regional final because he earned his spot. Hurricane was actually 9th on the leaderboard, but Flawless Deku cannot attend the regional final for particular reasons, so Hurricane is taking his place there. So that will be a new 8 there. Who knows? Ending Walker could go. Maybe Roti will literally spread the word of Aki is cool. Maybe Problem X will come. Maybe Lex will take it. We'll have an American represent the UK.
Yeah. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. Just came out.
Rock and Guile too. Let's go.
All right, listen, 2 guys from the UK repping. How about that? But yes, please come and join us on the offline regional final. It'll be good. Myself, Logan, and Sengan should be doing that down there. So hopefully you guys can tune and enjoy the action as well. So yes, I believe that is... Oh no, we got SFL. Don't forget about that, please. I keep forgetting. I'm just looking at these two like they're going to do something, which should be my production team. They're going to do something. So show me the SFL graphic so the guys can know. Every Wednesday it is SFL US. Have we got that one? We're going to do that one? No, we're going to do SFL EU first instead. Right. Every Friday from 7 PM UK time, you'll see these 6 teams in action: Mouse, Wolves, BK Roll, Guild, 00 Nation, and BMS. We are going into week... It's either 8 or 9. It's week 8. Okay, there we go. It is week 8 we are going into there, and that will be happening this Friday. We are on the second leg of the season for EU. Have we got the leaderboard as well to refresh people's memory? Yes, we do. There you have it. It's what the leaderboard is looking like after week 7. Killzoo's team at the top, BMS with 200 points. Phenom's team only 5 points behind them with 195. Problem X's team, Mal's 175 points. Luffy's BK Rog 135. And it's funny that the new teams, Guild and Wolves, are in the relegation zone. Hopefully they can pick up speed and get those points so one of them can get into the playoff spots there. But it's not looking too good for Guild or Wolves there. This is what week 8, the fixtures are looking like. You got Wolves going up against 00 Nation, Mouse going up against BMS, and Guild going up against BK Rock this time round. The roles are reversed. The positions have switched for each teams. But yes, hopefully you can tune in on Capcom Fighters this Friday from 7 PM UK time. And of course, early in the week, which means tomorrow, I don't know if we have a graphic for that, maybe the website, probably don't. Okay, SFL US will be happening tomorrow as well from, was it midnight? Yes, it was midnight. Of course, that will be it for SFL. I can't remember if it's week 10. It's week 10
it is week 10. Yeah.
Week 10? Okay, there we go. So yeah, you don't want to miss that either. And they've got crazy characters. Love what Vicious, Tasty C and Rob are doing there. Love what Rynge has been doing with his short clip analysis and looking at SFL stuff as well. He gives you a deeper insight on probably what you should be looking out for when you're watching a Street Fighter 6 match. Will probably make it more enjoyable for you guys as viewers at home, because we do our job by allowing us to, we want to make you see what we see, and then when you see that, you're along for the ride, and it makes it that much more enjoyable. And I think it's been, personally speaking, I think it's been a little bit harder because of how fast the games go, so we might miss it. And because people just want to see the game, they're not valuing the analysis and the things that build up towards the game. So there's so many things you miss. And then this goes back into this is a personal gripe, so I'm just rambling at this point. It's I still value long form content over short form content, but Rynge just found the way to make the short form content. It's like, look at this and tune in here. Like, look at this and come here. So props to you for that, honestly.
And that's what I'm trying to do, because I know like long form content's hard to get into. I like my long form content too, like whether it comes to fighting games, whatever I'm into. But I know it's a little hard, and I know like just popping that can open, and that's how we all got this deep in the first place, right? We fell into a little of a shallow hole that ended up being deeper than we thought, and then we're off to the races. So that's, like you said, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the people to see what I see, because that's the stuff I'm talking about is the reason I fell in love with fighting games, and the reasons I think fighting games are so cool. So yeah, I'm just trying to bring that to the forefront to hopefully just trigger somebody into wanting to really dive deep into the rabbit hole of fighting games and, you know, look up everything that's so cool about them.
Yes, and don't forget, this guy does amazing content as well. He's been his social media game in the past 2 years has gone from here to up there. And I don't think it gets appreciated enough. That might be the algorithm working against you. But hey, just keep doing what you're doing, honestly.
Thank you.
But yes, I believe that is about it from... No, it's not. Okay, no, there we go. Don't forget, this is the partnership that's happening next week, or there'll be some gear that's coming out next week, a special January 9th for Spy Family. I like my anime. I know Rynge took a jab at me while I was not on the mic earlier. Don't worry, I heard that from the back room loud and clear. But yes, there is a partnership happening next week, so do be on the lookout for that. I can't wait to see what gear they actually put into this game as well. The partnerships and the thing that these guys do, Street Fighter, is absolutely insane. So I'm hoping we get to see more like this, and the Veggey partnership that happened not too long ago. Oh, okay. Apparently they found an avatar battle. All right, here we go. So what's happening? Have we got right now?
Oh,
so we got Aki versus Ken as the base.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we got some Aki action for sure.
Okay, Aki. I don't know if this guy's gone full-blown Aki, or has he got like other special moves that we don't know about?
I guess we'll know in a second.
The claws really disturb me. I didn't think these avatar battles would get the Aki claws.
It looks like it's just Aki versus Ken. No, that's Chun-Li.
No, that was Chun-Li spinning. No, not spinning. Yeah, wait, what is...
We got some Chun-Li stuff. I like that he's got up kicks and DP. Don't you take to the skies.
The double DP.
Yeah.
Both, yeah.
Okay, and then jumps away.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the guy, I don't know, is this his Street Fighter version of Freddy Krueger or something?
That's all I've been thinking about this whole time. I was like, can we get a guess the Freddy Krueger character?
Like, what? Okay. This guy seems to be having the time of his life. One of them's on modern, the other one's on classic, by the way. Oh, Blanket
He's got like the Jason mask. Oh, that was fire, actually.
And he's got DJ's feint.
Yeah. Oh, the air blocker ball. Nah, this one looks a little scary now.
This guy was actually holding out on us, and he's got even Aki's level 1. This guy was holding out on us the whole time. He was doing all Aki combos and sequences, and he pulls out Blanket Ball, DJ's feint slash SPD.
Nah, the blocker ball into SPD was sick. Like, that was actually fire.
Dude, the guy we had on last time, he had this really cool extended combo with Blanca and I think Rashid. It was wild.
What?
It was wild.
Yeah, he comboed them for a minute, like for a very long time. It took like extreme amounts of damage.
Look at that. Oh, the ball with the blocker ball. I like this, bro.
Dude. I don't know I don't know what the guy on the I don't know what the guy on the left wants to do. He's throwing a fireball. Then he has
That's right. Fire. He's playing the streets of fighters, bruv. The Hadoukens and the Shurikens.
Why not? Okay, what? That would have comboed. What? That is not how Aki's roundhouse works.
No.
That is definitely not how Aki's roundhouse works.
So good. I feel like the fireball is higher up on the screen.
Maybe.
It's tall.
Because the character is tall.
Yeah. Oh, just gets jumped in on, bro. It's instant up kicks.
Okay.
Smoke, bro. Oh, the parry on the super. Wait a minute. I see. That's how it's supposed to work, right? Like knock you away, not vacuum you in.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's got the whole moveset. What's interesting as well is that he's only poisoned his opponent. He hasn't really done the whole Toxic Blossom effect and come up with some new crazy. That's done, isn't it? Yeah, it's done.
Ooh.
Damn, dude. Like, what? Yeah. That's got to be... Okay, yeah, that's got to be Freddy versus Jason themed. Like, that's got to be Freddy versus
Yeah, he's got the Jason mask, too. Happy birthday, Jury.
Wait, was that birthday today or yesterday?
I have no
idea.
Oh.
Wait, it's
belated birthday to Jury.
Oh, okay. Apparently it's happy belated birthday. I guess it still counts. It's a video game character. I guess it still counts. So, okay. But yeah, no. It's Jury's birthday. If you're a Jury fan, I hope you got a present, or hopefully she gave you some sort of present. Not alluding to anything weird at all. But yeah, it was her birthday. Don't forget, they actually remind you in the game when the character's birthday comes and they give you free drive tickets.
Thanks.
I think they should give you free
really
fight
cool.
coins. But yeah, that's another thing entirely. And apparently it's going to be Cammy's birthday soon. We're celebrating with the special in-game events leading up to it. Of course, receive 1,000 drive tickets as a gift and get bonus kudos for adding and compete in a Cammy-only tournament. Wow, imagine that, a Cammy-only tournament. That would be
Shouts to the Capricorns, bro.
Yeah, legit. They gotta get that done. I mean, a Cammy-only tournament would be hilarious, by the way. But yes, you can still get the Street Fighter League badges that are on sale in the Battle Hub for a limited time only. I still want to push forward. I think these should be Twitch emotes, or you should like give them something in the chat when you're watching respective Street Fighter Leagues. You can get for SFL Japan, SFL US, and SFL Europe there as well. 00 Nation team badge will not be sold, and Nagoya Oja team badge will not be sold. Okay, I only saw that just now, but yes, apparently they will not be doing that there. And then, of course, that will be it from us, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Shouts to Chris and 801 Strider for coming on. Great way to open up 2024. Rynge, appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and join us once again. Always good talking Street Fighter with you, and may that continue. Veggey, it's always good. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm pretty sure you will.
You too, Jammerz.
I'm pretty sure you'll achieve great heights this year, but the both of you, in actual fact, not just one, just both of you as well. Yeah, you can follow everyone on there, following social media outlets as well. Ovaha should be with us hopefully next week. If not, we will let you know. There are episodes to come. It's going to be a busy end of the season because the CPT is not done yet. And hey, who knows? Apparently, we're raging demoning our way into 2024.
I saw that. That was really cool.
I don't know. But apparently, there's a certain character coming. I've never heard of him, but just likes to grab people.
The one-button demon on the horizon.
You wait. You stay there. Anyway, right. That's going to be it from us. We've got to love you and leave you. Catch the archives on the YouTube, and we'll see you next week for some more sets action. Take care.
Thank you.
Y'all already know.
You know what time it is.
I belong in the top spot, #1.
Hope you ready for the fight.
Reign supreme.
Put 'em up, let's go.
#1, yeah. I've been landlocked, training for this moment my whole life. Cold nights, in the rainy days, hope I get mine. Spend mine for the accolades in the empire. I need that title in my possession.
Once again, it's on, it's my time to shine bright. And if you try to stop me, then you're gonna pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awake in my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never thought this moment is golden. I control it. All eyes on me. I see I'm watching. Once I'm locked in, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Clocked in. It's time to put in work. Go berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me when I say nobody can see me. This a product of hustle. I just make it look easy. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm ahead of the game. Y'all remember my name. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done.
y'all ain't seen nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fighting through the pain when I'm in the zone.
I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seeds watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch.
Born ready to fight, this is my moment. Coming for it all, just show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking.
Cause I got what it takes to be on top. I'm number one cause I don't stop.
Hard gas, no brakes, high stakes.
I don't act tough till the tussle let them fold ya.
Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1, I'm ahead of the game, they'll remember my name. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I belong in the number one spot. Yeah,
Y'all already know
you know what time it is.
I belong in the top spot, number one.
Hope you ready for the fight.
Reign supreme.
Put 'em up, let's go.
Number one, yeah. I've been landlocked, training for this moment my whole life. Cold nights, in the rainy days, hope I get mine. Spin mine for the accolades in the empire. I need that title in my possession.
Once
There ain't no
again, it's
others.
on, it's my time to shine bright. And if you try to stop me, then you're gon' pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awaken my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never for this moment is golden. I control it. All eyes on me. I see I'm watching. Once I'm locked in, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Clocked in. It's time to put in work. Go berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me when I say nobody can see me. This a product of hustle. I just make it look easy. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game. They'll remember my name. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, I belong in the number one spot.
I always kept the business, nothing personal. When y'all ain't seen nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fighting through the pain when I'm in the zone.
I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seeds watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch.
Born ready to fight, this is my moment. Coming for it all, just show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking.
Cause I got what it takes to